What is up, friends? It is your neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza, the friendly one. So we're stoked to have you guys. We're in the middle of the action right now. We are just starting the beginning of the UFC telecast for the main event. Hopefully you were joining us for the earlier prelims. If not, that's perfectly fine. We welcome you here. We invite you to be here. We're happy you're here. I hope so. So the way this works is, if you guys are watching along, give us a like and a share on Facebook. We give you a toast on air, just like we do the fighters who get finishes within regulation. My name, again, of course, Rafa Esparza. You either know me from the Grappling Hour or from Verbal Tap. We are live on all the last half of these, but we're about to go live over on our Instagram, over on the Verbal Tap Instagram. So if you see me talking to different eye lines here, that is exactly what is happening. So we're going to take a moment. We're watching Rodriguez versus Marquez. And we're going to go over some notes that we had from a little bit earlier from our good friend Dan Hubler, who gave us some betting line suggestions. So that is essentially what we do here. The show is only as good as you comment, though. So if you give us some love in the comment sections, we do our best to go ahead and say what we see. And we love it when you guys join us. It is always a blast to have you guys along for the ride. So, having said all of that, feel free to send us some notes. Feel free to send us what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're doing, and we will be happy to have you join us throughout the evening. So that is what I have. Those are the notes, the suggestions, the hopes, the dreams. And as we mentioned, if you guys give us a like and a share, we give you a toast on air. It's as easy as it goes. So super stoked. Let's get things going off to this. And it says from G Baby, it says, "You're beautiful, Raph." Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's not often I get told that, especially from people on the internet, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Here we go. We're about to go ahead and put this on our Instagram, so stay with us here, fam. We are so stoked to have you joining us. We're going to get some friends joining us over on the main card version of this as well. UFC Vegas, and it is 18. Join us. And I like that DC is already telling us grappler versus striking notes. So that's how you can tell we're off to what is a smashing start. So I'm going to try and put this with my eye line together here. Somebody is basically downstairs and either hanging up shit or knocking annoyingly, which is very fun because they play music very loudly. So we'll go ahead and ignore that and continue doing the work that we do here because all things considered, we're not the loud ones. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza. You're watching along with us. We are watching right now on our screen the latest and the greatest. We'll see. UFC Vegas 18. Glad to have you here. Feel free to grab a beer. Cheers along with us tonight. Have some fun. I hope that you guys are stoked for tonight's card. I know that I am. Welcome to good friend of the show, Sven. Hello, glad to have you in the comment section here, my friend, and have you watch along with us. We are fighting from inside of guard right here. Marquez did get a second takedown, and he has a little bit of Rodriguez's legs tied up, but I think it's very interesting to see how this is going between the two gents thus far in. You have Marquez in the yellow trunks, Rodriguez in the red trunks. Rodriguez still trying to work here, and it says Marquez dragging on him. Nice. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And you know what was really funny? I had some more time to think about it, and just the way that you look over and you get that one lateral drop in that last fight, and it just makes you think like, yo, dude, that shit can sometimes save your life. So next time you're teaching your wrestling class, there's Sven, tell these children that, like, you may think you don't need to drill this, but some of these people basically destroyed another man's life by doing some of these simple drills when they needed it the most. So anyway, I got, what is this? Matt Gasante, or Matt Gasnate. Glad you're joining us. Hope you're having a great night. We got a great show ahead of you, and guess what? We got a note here. I got to do a cheers for G Baby in just a few moments. I'll take care of that momentarily. That's always the best thing. Whenever you're drilling stuff like that, it never makes sense until you have to do it in real life, and then you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have cut corners here. Or even if you are just a civilian in terms of training it, you'll never ever have the experience of like, you know what, I drilled that too much. Nobody ever says that. You know what, I drilled that too much. I just never learned anything else. Oh, I've earned those beers. I've earned it. I feel it. Are you guys excited at all for the Super Bowl? I know I was asking a few of these folks a little bit earlier. Does that interest any of you? Will you be watching? Because most of America, I would say almost 40%, 40 to 50% of all TVs tend to watch the Super Bowl. So hopefully you guys will be one of those folks, because you want to watch the spectacle, you want to be around, you want to have the fun. So hopefully that is the case. We now go, oh, that's right, LFA 100. Yo, I've got a friend fighting on that, and I didn't even know until this week. So super stoked for him. He has told me that if he wins, he will talk to us. So now he's got to fucking win. Before I was like, yo, I hope things go well. Now I'm like, you better fucking win. More on that later. We're back to the fights here. I got 4:47 on my clock. Again, you got Yellow Trunks. What is up, Instagram? And what is that? Create JG? Siach JG. That's the best way I can pronounce that one. Thank you guys for joining. It's glad to have both of you gents back to the show. All right, so we were looking at Marquez use some excellent wrestling in that first round against Rodriguez. Really, really making the pressure work. Oh, he was going in for a snatch single there. Wasn't quite living it up too much with it. Rodriguez wants no part of that now that he's seen just a little bit of a preview of what that life is like. Good kick to the outside. I mean, Marquez, I didn't love the level change. I think he was maybe getting a little too comfortable with the differentiation between the wrestling between these two gents. Now Marquez is almost trying to wind up here, like grabbing the back of the head and trying to do one of the Stooges kind of punches here. He's lifting him pretty well here. What's up, Tono Bono? It's been a minute. How have you been? Look at this takedown. Uh-oh indeed, my friend. Sven is hitting it right on the money here. And that leg pin is really, really well done here. And again, Marquez is completely fine being here. He doesn't have to advance the position. And it says, and down for the round. I mean, yo, dude, this is the stuff that if you were his team, you know, you can hope that you can train this sort of a thing and you can consistently get out of this position when you really need to. But it is easier said than done, my friends. What is up, Hong Wei Lu? Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate you. If you give us a like and a share on Facebook, we give you a toast on air. We're going to do a toast for G Baby. We'll take care of that in a few moments. And it says, continuously, I still like end down from the round. Woo! This is not great. That mount is only not more secure just because of the positioning of the head and where they are near the cage. But that's just fine enough to maybe make somebody really regret some of the decisions they've made in their life in terms of fighting. I don't like absorbing shots here. You can say whatever you want about a number of jiu-jitsu guys not having hands, but from mount position, it's still not the best place to really get hit if you've got hands or not. What is up, Haps323? Pleasure seeing you join us here. We're having a great evening tonight. Thus far in, the fights have been what some people have called okay. And other people have called... I won't say who's who, but, we had some of those people visiting us in the comment section just a little while ago while we were broadcasting. And Sven is becoming very close to having a full-on accurate prediction here. Mike Rodriguez's corner, I do believe that's a Joe Lozon, who's over there, who was doing a Q&A, who actually was answering some really fun questions. I actually read some of those. They were pretty awesome. Kevin D44, glad you're joining us. We're watching with the fans here, friends of the show. UFC Vegas 18. These strikes are not looking fun. They are waning on Rodriguez. And the thing is, I don't think Rodriguez is really... his face isn't as busted up as you would assume it could be in this position. I think it's more so of a wow rare wear and tear. I'm just seeing this right now. I don't know if you guys have heard this news, and if you did, my apologies. But it appears that Leon Spinks has actually passed. I'm going to see if I can get a confirmation on this right now. But it says RIP former champion, heavyweight champion Leon Spinks. We'll have some time to reflect on that a little bit later, but for right now, we're going to stay on the focus. What's up, Ruben? Good to see you, man. And Marquez with a body triangle. I know I was trying to compliment Sven here, but Sven was right about him being down for the rest of the round. The question now happens is, can he survive an onslaught? This is 18 seconds. This is the toughest rear naked choke to survive in that realm. I think it's entirely defendable, but he is exhausted. And I think that is more, yep, he's shaking. He's coming back to life. And Herzog is trying to tell him, like, yo, bro, it's done. Meanwhile, Marquez is coming over, and this looks like many of the drunk nights that I had in college where everybody was really emotional after drinking and just trying to find their way out of the bar. Oh, no. Straight mobility. Straight... Yep. Well, Korean Zombie just showed up just to say welp. Yeah, you know what? That did not go how I envisioned it. Yeah, I know, man. It's and you know what? Rodriguez almost could have made it to the end of that round. I just think that the whole wear and tear of him being underneath, it gassed him so completely that where most people could maybe fight those hands and just the odd positioning of the under the chin, where you do have a little bit of a hole for your neck. It could also be the body triangle that's just sucking the life out of you. It's not a fun position to be in. So, oof. Indeed. Kevin D saying, this shirt is awesome. Well, first and foremost, thank you. If you want it, you can go over to our friends over at xmarshall.com. And if you use the promo code GRAPPLINGHOUR15, it helps us on the show. I'm not going to say I inspired it, but I did inspire it. We do a whole series of nonsense videos called WWBJJ, and we will do some more this year. I don't know when. Usually they're conjoined with the WrestleMania week, but we'll see how the cards stake out this year. You know, the whole coronavirus and shit like that. And it says, how good does this looking for the 0-2 bad boy at Polomino, though? I bet he's hyped. That guy beat me, too. Yeah, I know. It's, you know, it's always so great. It's like, it's always when they say, oh, you never want to lose to the champion, that sort of mentality. I'm always like, yo, I don't want to lose to anybody, but if you do see me lose, I will find a way to justify it. Be like, you know what? I knew this grappler wasn't as good as me because we both lost to him. Bam. Take that. Not me or that guy who you beat. Usman and Burns. That's going to be what? $64 now? I don't know. I don't want to buy that. I mean, obviously we watch all these, so I don't really have a choice in the matter other than this is what we do. This is the life we chose to lead. But yes, appreciate it, man. X Marshall, Rock Hogan, icon shirt. It's one of the best matches of all time. But thank you, Kevin. Hopefully you get one. If not, I don't really care. But it's pretty dope. And I agree with you. Sven, how would you rate your selfie game? Would you say that you have a strong selfie game? You know what? We actually taken a selfie, I think, after training a couple times. But would you say that when the pressure is on and you're in that cage and you got one of your guys and you got to go out there and you got to take care of this, would you say that your selfie game is good enough? And I like that it says a tax write-off. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see what it says here right now. Long arms. That's true. Yeah, you know what? You're like essentially a monopod that just comes on out. Good call. I'm just wondering. I mean, obviously you can get good angles. A lot of people always say you got to shoot from above, not from the eye level. That does help. The question is, how is the button pressing ability? Do you change the camera to the front side? Because those are the important things I look for my rage captains. Kevin D. All right, they're now going on over. I do believe that means I have to do a toast here in a second. And I think they're going to be a little bit of a translation between DC and Marquez here. But no, he seems like he's going to handle it. Yeah. Marquez is complimenting DC, and DC is smiling so uncomfortably right now. But he's saying, I'm a big fan of yours, watched a lot of your stuff. He said he was feeling good, feeling very well. And it looks like he's saying on to the next one. So now they're saying at the end of that second round, or that talks about the takedown. He says once you got the back and the body triangle, walk us through it. It sounded like he was saying he learned that body triangle from Dana White. That's how you can tell it's really hard to get the words secondhand, because I was like, you better not be complimenting Dana White on any part of this. DC is asking, how soon until we see you back here, sir? And he says he just wants a week. Oh, it's a birthday. He says just 1 week of rest and then he'll come back. I mean, that's not how COVID protocols will allow him to do anything, but sure. There we go. And that is it. And it says Dana White has the best body triangle. If Dana White's got to negotiate with you and he's trying to squeeze out those extra dollar signs, yo, get the Khabib off the fucking rankings. That motherfucker told you he's retired. And the lightweight rankings, it's so funny. Conor McGregor's still at 1. Rafael Dos Anjos at 2. The whole thing is silly. This is ridiculous. So they're saying this next fight could be the fight of the night. We'll see what happens here. But Danilo, looking strong. Good for him, man. All right, kids. Tell me who you got in this next fight. Good Lord, that's a pretty funny meme. I like when we're doing this live and I get the moment to go ahead and like look at how the things go. What's up, Alex? What's up, Morgan? Good to see you back. And it says, Darush finds ways to win, but I'll say Diego. Yo. Big congrats to the young savage, Alex, going extra rounds after wrestling yesterday. You know, I gave credit to Sven for helping me get to 7th place out of 140,000 people. Is that right? No. How do you say that one? It's 1,400 is what you're supposed to say. That's not 140,000. Though I would love to say 140,000. That's how you can tell the beer is starting to take place. Yes, 1,400. 7th out of 1,400. The young man, Alex, stays with me, does extra rounds, goes after the bell, keeps going. That's how you know. So Sven is like kind of responsible. But then if you really break it down, you know, Alex comes in, makes sure that I'm being held accountable, less fat, helps me work this off. In the future, see? So you guys both plays a role in getting me up there. It's not number 1, though. Let's be honest. So I blame you guys for that. Because it would be nice to be number 1. You know what I mean? Because here's what I want to tell you guys. I don't know if this makes sense to any of you who are in shape. Like, sometimes this comes in and out of the ears where it's like, oh, okay, that doesn't make sense to me. But, like, when you are a host of jiu-jitsu stuff, you are not supposed to be at the top of that list. So when you get close to it, you always think like, this doesn't matter. It's an honor just to be nominated. When you get that close, that whole phrase goes out the window. You're like, fuck that, I want to win now. Because, not that I really think I'm that in shape, but because I want to give shit to everybody who should be that in shape, who should 100% be beating my numbers. So, I'm just saying, next time, just give me those extra rounds, kids. Even if I don't want them. That's rare because I'm really dumb about this stuff, where I will train until my body dies. And actually, I think that's the best part of jiu-jitsu is it's like your body may be mush, but you'll just be like, my body hurts anyway, so it's not like making it hurt anymore is going to be bad. Either way, my thanks, Alex, Sven. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate you guys for helping me be less fat this weekend. Oh, man. Yeah, this is an interesting fight. I gotta tell you, I love Beneil. If we're just basing on walkouts, this kid is feeling too good, though. No pain, no gain. What is up, box maker? Whenever you see a kid walk out this happy, I get a little worried about his opponent's chances. Just in the sense of, that does not look good for his opponent. This dude is literally in his head listening to Walking on Sunshine. That's how unfuckwithable he is right now. Don Stoner says, who's fighting, nephew? Didn't know we're related. Didn't know you were Hispanic. You got Diego versus Beneil. So that's where we're at, fam. Diego and Danilo. Or, sorry, not Danilo. Danilo's last fight. Diego and Beneil. That's what I got. Good fight indeed. Yes, it is going to be a good fight. I'm very excited for this one. Woo! Apparently. Let's see. Uncle Don Stoner. Yeah. Don Stoner, friend from up north here, hosts his own show that he occasionally does on the Facebook called Stoner versus Stoner. Am I right on that one? I think I am. Diego Faria, man. I don't know. Am I going for Diego? Because nobody at 36 skips like that. I don't know. I'm nervous on this one now. I like both of these guys. Usually I have no problem coming up with one, but I'm going to tell you, though, that skip is giving me a lot of second thoughts here. I don't know about you guys. And maybe you might say it's crazy to judge a fight based on how a fighter skips out to the octagon. But I'll tell you this much. No fighter who loses skips out to the octagon like that. Just think about that. And if I'm wrong, I will burn this tape footage. Diego Faria, 17-2. Right, that's a good record still, too. He is the underdog in this one. Those are good fight odds. I wonder who would have possibly outlined those for us. Oh, right, our good friend, Senor Dan Hubler. So Dan did outline on this one. Dan had a few notes, and I'll go over a couple of them for you before they get to their actual fighting in just a second here. But he was saying take the under now 155, bet 5 to win 435. Here's part of his rationale. He's saying, obviously, Dariush is on a huge run right now. 5 in a row, finished 4 within 2 rounds. However, it's just saying that there was a winless streak for Benny. So just looking at momentum. Now we're actually at the fight 455. But he's also pointing out how Dariush has lost via TKO in 3 out of 4 of those defeats. What is up, Larry? Good to see you, bro. I mean, here's what's interesting, and I'm going to go off of Dan's notes here now that I have the chance to. Dariush, in just his posture and his stance, has so much more confidence. Like, he is a jiu-jitsu guy looking like he is a striker in his embodiment, and, like, that's not a word, but in his stance and in his posture. And I think that he welcomes a grappling exchange, and obviously he's coming in for a single leg. He's looking pretty good on it. Running, pressure over on the cage, goes for a trip, almost pulls down Diego. Diego now coming in for an omoplata here. You better stop. That arm is a little trapped. Diego is still not going to finish it, but Beneil Dariush was essentially having to look out for a knee bar or some leg attempts here. That's some dope exchanges. This is some sick scramble indeed, my friend. I'm feeling this. What is up, Gabe? It's been a minute. It is good to see you, my friend. Miss you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. What is up, Luckman Haizam? Whew. Look at this, though. Diego is all about trying to pressure Dariush with all of the jiu-jitsu in his body, literally throwing himself as far as possible, and Dariush wants none of it. Dariush is looking out like he's been boxing his whole life right now, comparatively. I mean, look at the composure between both of these guys. You would assume that Dariush is a guy who's just like, oh, fuck jiu-jitsu, but instead, just forging straight ahead. And even when he keeps his hands down this low, it's such a vote of confidence. And here we go, though. Diego Ferreira did connect on a few of these. Great exchange. Look at this. And it says he wants another award. Yo, bro, we were talking about this when Dan was on a little bit earlier. I don't know how much you really want the Comeback of the Year award. Ugh. Yeah, I do think that this is one of the few times you don't want to do half guard against somebody, is when somebody else is quite versed as jiu-jitsu as well. But yeah, the Comeback of the Year award, it's pretty dope if you're a fighter, I'm sure. I just think of it as if somebody giving me a Comeback of the Year award, I would take it ironically, where I'd be like, okay, cool. Best comeback, because you thought I was losing the whole time. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really nice. It's like you're saying to me, way to lose and not die, and I guess kind of win. Thanks, appreciate it. That's just me. It's a good reminder why I'm not a fighter. See here, Cal Lenore, Real Band. What is up, Philippe Chapolin? Good to see you. Yo, Philippe, are you flexing in your photo, bro? Every time we do one of these shows, I don't get to know a ton about you as you guys are commenting live on our shows. But if I see you flexing, I do try to make fun of that a little bit. So I'm not going to make fun of you until I know you first. Oh, Beneil Dariush, though, still looking like he's staying on top. Active guard all around by Diego. Yeah, this is interesting. Beneil's just put so much into his game that he has the versatility of being able to play a good jiu-jitsu game against a jiu-jitsu guy, while at the same time, adding these strikes, which I don't think Ferreira has. I mean, you almost see how he's looked, at least defensively, like almost surprised a few of these times. We're talking about how a knee connected. Obviously, that's good, but there is a hand underneath the chin. There's 49 seconds left in the round. You are seeing Ferreira try to 2-on-1 it. Beneil now starting to sliver in. He's looking to maybe get that right hook to go through the legs. He's now back up. 35 seconds here. What is up, CT Lucente? Back up to the feet. 27 seconds on my clock. Hopefully you are somewhere in that neighborhood of being there. Good pop. Oh, shit. Ferreira looks good. I think Ferreira looked at him as to be like, yo, bro, I can handle my shit. What is up, Primal Grappler? You are tuning in at just the right time. Ooh, nice. Right hand there by Beneil Dariush. And a kick? Ooh. Yo, we have a real fight of the night contender. And Beneil, I mean, I don't know, man. All right, tell me how you guys scored that one. And it says, let me see here. Oh, God, that is too big. I want to shorten that down, please. There we go. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope all is well for you as well, pal. As always, I appreciate you doing these. It's a pleasure to do them. I love doing these. It's a good way to talk to our fans. It's a good way to do stuff. And it says, who's going to get KO'd first? Benny's chin holding up so far. You know what's great? Benny's posture looks like that of a boxer. Dariush, unfortunately, 10-9. It looks like strength and mobility is saying here. Sven, I get you, man. That's a tough round. I think the edge has to go to Dariush on this one. The only thing that gives me some pause is, even though his posture looks more like the grappler turned boxer in this whole scenario is that he still leaves himself open. Like, there is still a lot to kind of find here. Korean Zombie giving us some big intel here, saying that Benny is the underdog live. That is fascinating to look. Negative 138 Ferreira, and then Benny is at plus 100. That's fascinating, especially when the majority of people here thought that Benny, like, he won that round. I don't see what's going on that. That's interesting. I would think it'd be at least a little bit closer on that one, but thank you for giving us the heads up on that one, Dan. Looking at these kicks, though, Faria, I think, kind of understands. He's like, all right, listen, if he's going to keep that, like, very loose posture, almost like he's, you know, the more experienced striker here, I keep adding in a couple of these kicks, I will find my range as he starts to rush in and his hands are down. Very interesting. And it says the front kick on the face was an exclamation mark. Yeah, absolutely. Good takedown here. Attempt by Darush. Does not fully get it, but now he's just putting that pressure over here. Over on the side of the cage, he gets the takedown. Let's see if there's anything that comes of it. For a split second, I was wondering if Fiera was going to be able to maybe get some kind of hook, turn it into a little bit more of a sweep here. What's up, Ramos? Good to hear from you. Good to see you. What is up, Chris Nunez? I hope that you've done 2 sit-ups and that you've got abs like people under 150 pounds can do. Dumb. Meanwhile, I have to say, though, Diego Ferreira's his guard, it's not showing 100% like effectiveness against Benil, and that's also a testament to what Benil's grappling is. But, like, that motherfucker's active in it, though, even from a jiu-jitsu sense. Oh my god. Dude is going more of the, I think, the Liu Kang approach of kicks to the face right there. Well, this is fun. I'm glad you guys are joining us. We're having a great day so far. Benil Dariush does look like he is, at this juncture, and we're just about to hit the halfway point, he does look like he is winning this fight, but considering the scrambles that we've seen, the insanity that we've seen, I think that everything is up for grabs. I think that the round is up for grabs. I think the fight is up for grabs. We've seen both of these guys get tagged pretty significantly. And now we're seeing Darush maybe make a strategic decision here to weigh down on him a little bit more. You see a Granby roll. Now there's a knee bar attempt. You better stop. Wow. Look at it. This posture from the leg attack here. You see Faria tried to get back up. Benil coming straight to the back, getting one hook in, going over, trying to get that second hook. May just opt to go over to the side and see if maybe he can tilt him the opposite way. Does not get it. And right in that exchange, Faria comes in with a nice overhand right. The two gentlemen now go back over to the center of the octagon. Darush back in with a mission, gets a takedown. However, Faria looks over at the clock. It looks like he's trying to time this out. Joffrey Wakeling says, another great show. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, bro. Love having you on here. I see over here Spiraling Void. That's an interesting. And it said, this is just like the first fight. Yeah, this is fucking fun, dude. Good for these two gents. Woo. We're throwing spinning fist now. Faria took complacent on his back. Too complacent, yeah. I think, yes. No. I was like, I always have to judge guillotine attempts outside of my own range, because if I was trying to hit up a guillotine in that like moment, I would tell you, like, I probably don't have this, but I'm gonna try. I think that if I see somebody like a Faria, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt to be like, maybe he has it, because he knows shit. This motherfucker loves him some omoplata setups, and good for him. And even when trying to go through the exchange, getting a nice shot off there is beautifully done. This is a great opportunity for Darush. I think the only thing that Darush could do a little bit better, what the fuck do I know? What's up, Thomas? It's just the fact that he's so preoccupied at putting the pressure on first, he leaves that leg trapped continuously. I think he would have a very, very higher success rate if he was just trying to maybe finish that pass rather than trying to put on the pressure first. I have no doubt that he could pass Diego Faria's guard. I think he just has other things on his mind. Ooh, nice. Wow. Beautifully timed. Like, look at Diego Faria's, again, underneath. He saw that Darush was going to have a wild and out punch that wasn't going to come close to hitting him. And when he did that, he timed it out to see if he can maybe start to work something from underneath. Good for him. What's up, Shango? Hope you're having a good day. We are having a great beginning to our day, or at least the main card. We had a knockout to begin with. Oh, I'm sorry. We had not even a knockout. I guess you could call it a knockout via submission because technically they were pretty out by the end of the round. But we had a submission to begin with. Now we're working on a really fucking solid fight. What's up, Bobby? This is phenomenal. I am enjoying this. All right. Let's give you guys a little bit of a reminder rundown. My name is Rafa Esparza, host many shows, two of which, Verbal Tap, The Grappling Hour. We're watching ESPN Vegas 18. If you haven't given us a like and a share on Facebook right now, what's wrong with you? Legitimately, what is wrong with you? Are you not entertained? Like, motherfuckers, this is some marathon shit I'm doing right now. And I don't just do this today. I do this consistently. So the least we could ever ask for you is to give us a like and a share. And when you do, then I give you a toast on air, just like you're one of the fighters that get finishes within the UFC. Think about that. That is a nice gesture on my part for you being a nice gesture. I'm just saying. You're asking what's in the cup. So I'm trying not to be super, super fat. Today's beer of choice is actually one Golden Road. This is a pineapple cart. So I'm trying to make myself not get too high on the alcohol content. I see over here it says Diego Knockout. Well, let us see what that looks like. Darush, I got 440 on my clock. Sven, if you are ahead of me in the future, I want to see how it happened. But let's see. Are you just calling that out loud? Ooh, nice there. Pops underneath. Finds his range. Finds a distance. Good kick. Times it out. We're talking about Fria. Moving nicely. Beneil Darush. Waiting it out. Gets a good hit there to the face. Okay. Yeah, Beneil's coming away a little bit better on the feet right now. There's 4 minutes left to go. No, just hoping. Jesus Christ. I can't tell who's ahead of me. You can't do this shit to me. You know I'm gullible for that sort of stuff. Ooh, Beneil looking a little sloppy right now, though. That shot in. Starting to get a little exhausted here. I mean, Diego, again, there is a shot here, but the momentum still stands with Darush. I'm curious to see if maybe in between those rounds what those betting lines would have been. Does look like there is a poke. No, that's a low blow. Let's find out. Just hoping. I'm Blue, aka Alex, is asking Sven. Oh no, they just showed the replay. Oh no. Alex is asking Sven what is in his cup. That's assuming that Sven is drinking. Sven is an upstanding health monitor. I am just a regular guy who drinks. If Sven drinks, I might be surprised. Sven does come on our show to drink, and it's not like he's afraid to drink. It's just, Sven's got to stay healthy, bro. Oh, look at this. Sven's drinking Modelo, the official drink of the UFC. Never leave home without it. Nope, that's not the right one. Oh well. John Anik's not here tonight, but definitely at home, drinking a Modelo, the official fight beer of the UFC. Back on the action. Woo! Ducking down. Nice. That's a nice hook that Beneil just landed. Goes for the takedown again, and this time, oh fuck. I wish my takedowns could come with a return punch like that. Yeah, I think Darush is tired, man, but fuck. If you're Fria and you have good movement still, I would love to see him try to utilize that movement just to really throw off Darush. The more he stays planted like that, the bigger problems. Oh, shit. He literally, this was like two brothers. Literally getting into a fight right now. You had Diego Fria running away and then runs into the referee as if to be like, no, don't hit me. Mom, Dad, he's hitting me. Oh, man. Well, this is entertaining to me. Darush kind of goes in for another takedown, doesn't really get it, blah, blah, blah. Back at it like it is going on right now. 2 minutes left to go on my clock, maybe just a little bit more than that. Woo! Goes for a kick. Faria now might get the opportunity to start working up top. Look at this active guard, though, also by Darush. Oh, shit. Darush now may come in to attack the leg. No, instead, he's using it as the ability to get back up. Holy fuck, well done there, Darush. Yeah, Darush is giving you everything he possibly can for this. If he survives for this next 1 minute and 40 seconds, I think he's got the win. But if you see stuff like that, where you see him resourceful when he's on his back for a split second, doesn't really accept it, immediately finds a way to fight back up and get back up, and not only that, but put it back on his opponent. But again, that boxer stance isn't quite what it used to be in that first round. Nice knee attempt there. I'm not sure if I saw a full connection. He does land a kick there, but it is in stride of one. Diego Ferreira starting to charge ahead right now. Darush trying to walk him down. Very interesting fight. You know what's good? Even when the takedown, the first takedown's just maybe a little off, the follow through here by Beneil Darush looks ecstatic. Like it's amazing. He might get the back here in exchange for Diego Ferreira almost looking like he wants to try and knee bar this guy, but that is not going to happen when he is hugging you from the back. Those double unders here. Wants to pull him down, wants to see maybe if he can just drag him down. I think he just wants to try and get this rear naked choke, but honestly, man, even though he knows he could possibly get it slips off, and now Faria is kind of in that ham sandwich, which BT dubs, if you guys haven't seen it, Joe Schilling ended up losing in a grappling match at High Rollers yesterday via a ham sandwich. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is it is dope to see Joe Schilling competing in jiu-jitsu, period. I thought that was pretty spectacular, so big ups to him. I remember years ago when we were off air, I was always like, yo, bro, you should do some grappling. He's like, I don't think so. And I was like, dude, you have a great body for this sort of shit. I don't know why you wouldn't. So we got to send him a note today, and I was like, yo, I think it's good that you're doing it. Look at this, 29-28 Darush. I'm wondering if they go 30-27 for Darush. That last round was rough, dude, but he still stayed pretty active, was working to take the back. I think the difficult part was, even though I felt like Diego might have looked like the better fighter, I don't know that he was doing like any significantly better on the attacks. I see a note here that just says, hello. And it has a cat in the profile picture. Well, hello. Or meow. Are you a cat? Or is that just your icon profile? I don't know. I just feel like I'm supposed to respond to both of them. All right, that's what I'm doing. And Dan Hubler returns just to say thank God for SNA. Can't believe Darush just zombied his way through the round in the third. Agree. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they will go 29-20 or 29-28. Maybe. We'll see, Sven. Darush is a monster, though. Good for him. I mean, if he doesn't get to touch the top of that division at the very least, man, what an insane body of work he is continuing to put together here. 29-28. It's a split? Beneil Darush. All right, there we go. Yes, a little more drama than he expected because he's Mary J. Blige. Shut the fuck up. There's no drama about that part. It's just so stupid. I'm pretty sure Beneil Darush is probably thinking like, hey man, I know that was pretty close, especially how tired I am in that third. Yeah, Beneil, let's just make sure you know, taking off those gloves inside the octagon has implications, so let's wait until you're outside. And let's do all the fun stuff. Plus, you got to go do an interview. Looks like he's kind of like squinting the eye a little bit. We'll see what that looks like. We do not have a finish to toast on that one. So there is that. Hey, remind me, did I do a cheers for Danilo Marquez? I don't think I did. All right, we'll take care of that. Plus, we'll take care of some of you guys who have given us some likes and some shares over on the Facebook. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you don't subscribe to us, if you give us a subscription, I'll give you a toast as well. It's pretty easy. You can find us at Grappling Hour. It's pretty simple. All right. I got a G-Baby. I got a toast as well. And I got a Giancarlo, a.k.a. G-Baby as well. No, Adam Hernandez. I got to take care of those two. We'll hear what Beneil Dariush has to say first before that. And it says, wish that was a 5-rounder. I don't know if either of those guys could handle a 5-rounder. Because I feel like even though Diego still looked bouncy, because he skipped. Oh, wait. I said that thing about skipping and never losing. Ugh. Burn this. Never watch this again. To my credit, though, at least one judge thought he won. Beneil Dariush doesn't even have time to wait for Daniel Cormier to ask a question. How are you doing? Good. Good. How are you? So Beneil Dariush is pissed that both him and Diego didn't get top 5 guys. And they should have. Oh. Oh, there's so much disrespect going on right now. Oh, DC trying to keep him on the land of positivity here. Oh my god, DC is turning into Kenan Thompson now. Fuck. I literally looked at his shoulders and the way he's like carrying himself. And DC is looking like he's being portrayed by Kenan Thompson as this is going on. The more you know. And you see Beneil Dariush is saying, I think he's the toughest guy I fought so far. What is up, Shackleus? What is up, Liquid Strangler? And I think Beneil Dariush is talking himself into saying, I'm actually glad I fought him, which kind of negates the early part of his point, but okay. DC is now asking, who would you like to see in the division in the octagon? Okay, Lord and Savior shout out. Not necessary. So he's calling out Mike Perez? So now he's talking about Michael Perez. Okay, give him a full camp. Okay. That got weird. Especially toward the end. Okay. Well, good news, everybody. In case you were wondering where the shine was going to go, it goes up that way to the Lord from Beneil Dariush. Completely unnecessary. It's weird to be cutting a promo like that toward the end and then just being like, yo, I am empowered through trash talk, through all things, through God. Thank you. I don't know. Hey, listen. Beneil Dariush, man of faith, don't want to make fun of that too much. It just sounds silly. And it says Michael Perez, the fuck? Yeah, I know. Listen, Adam Woods, I don't know what to tell you, bro. That shit got weird for all of us toward the end. And I think what you have to do is twofold. Number one, remember, he is a guy who just fought 15 minutes of a savage war and looked really tired in that third round. So we can give him some leeway. And two, he did win. So he should be able to say some things, even as nonsensical as they may be. So, yeah, okay, sure. Ugh, Damian Maya knockout still fucking haunts me. I hate it. Ugh. But Gilbert Burns, we'll see how that one goes. Beast on the Mats, thank you for joining us. All right, here's what I'm going to say. We have some toasts to make up for. The first toast goes on out to our friend that is G-Baby. G-Baby, let's say this real quick. Some of you on our social media have seen that this young man is calling me out. He seems to think that he is at the level of being a WWE BJJ champ. He put together a promo video and he put it out there and he said, look, here's what this is. I'm challenging you for the WWE BJJ belt, which is nice and adorable, except you haven't done anything to earn a shot. You put out a second photo in which you're posing with a belt that I presume you beat somebody at Kmart when you were purchasing it for, because otherwise, why would you take a picture of yourself with a belt that you just bought and didn't beat anybody for? Anyway, I guess I'm closing this with, thank you for sharing this. I appreciate it. Oh no, Shackle is coming in with an even bigger pipe bomb, which is, where was DeLord in those 15 minutes? Oh no. Listen, dude, he can have all the faith in the world. That's not the issue. The issue is how you are able to categorize what you're doing and what you're saying at the end and how you're saying it. When you start to say things like that, I'll be like, I'm not going to give anybody my shine except the Lord. It's like, yup. Lord's all good on shine, pretty sure. Anyway, what am I going to say? It's silly. All right, let's go to our other cheers. I have to do one because I did mention that we didn't do one for Danilo Marquez. This cheers goes on out to Danilo Marquez. Yo, that was some really fun shit to watch. And more importantly, when you submit a guy at the end of a second round, when he almost sees that third round, I think it's pretty impressive, man. And the body triangle, the finish, excellent work. Cheers to you, good sir. Wabam. All right. We have one more cheers we'll take up in a few minutes. But what we like to do is talk to you guys. Say, how is everything going? You guys enjoying your night thus far in? I think we all have to agree that was a pretty dope fight. We still have 4 more fights left this evening. Coming up next is going to be one, Alexandre Pantoja versus Banel Cape. Very excited for that. And I think, is this an ode to commentary is what this package promo is all about now? Black History Month. Got it. Okay. We're celebrating Black History Month at the UFC. That's why they showed Jim Brown in that very first segment in the commentary booth. Okay, cool. Oh, man. DC does not look comfortable talking about any part of this. It's cool. I'm very proud to be a black man. Yep. Is that what it says? I don't know. I'm reading it. Okay. Was there a big miss for those of us who didn't catch the prelims? There was one. Devontae Smith and Justin James is okay, but the one that you must immediately take yourself to go see is going to be the Odie Osborne fight. That is phenomenal. And it doesn't take long. What's up, GA Jiu-Jitsu? What's up, Low Life? Go look at that one because holy shit, that was a phenomenal knockout. It'll take you all of 26 seconds. How do I know that? Because the entire fight was 26 seconds. First fight in the prelims. That was so dope. Everything else, you're okay. Don't worry about it. Not really needing to waste any time on that. That's just being on the reel to the reel. And it says the Lord was winded from having to carry Shawn Michaels in that match in 2013 to help Darush finish tonight. Yo, there's a lot of shit that Vince did in the WWE that I still laugh at because I realize he got away with essentially murder in the WWE, but literally saying that God will be Shawn Michaels' tag team partner. God That's so funny. It's so good. It's so good. In any event, though, also seeing Shawn Michaels make a heavenly descent to have a match with The Undertaker, thus reflecting darkness and light. Like, Vince don't give a fuck, dude. Shango, thanks. Super kick. Yo, fam, some of those up kicks were super kicks, BT dubs. Yeah, super kicks are a difference maker. I think every one of us in this chat has at one point tried to hit a super kick, like on something, to see how well they can do their super kick. I definitely did. I was trying to mark it off one day, and I was like, I don't kick. I don't know how any of this works. And I was like, oh, that's good enough. All right, good. I see a Duncan Stewart IK has joined. What's up, Duncan? From the heavens, yes. Absolutely. I still enjoy those things, though, when you look back and you see what we got away with in pro wrestling years ago. It is always absurd. All right, let me see. I fell. And it says, this whole event has been a shit show of terrible nicknames. Yes, that is absolutely true. Absolutely, I could get behind that. Still haven't found my hamstring. Yeah, there's something funny about Vince losing and pulling a hamstring on the way out to a Royal Rumble finish. What's up, dude? Starboy, the cannibal. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, that's right. Is there Starboy in... Is it the Starman or Starboy? Yeah, I think it is that The Weeknd sings. Motherfucker, that's going to be tomorrow's Super Bowl. I'm not ready for that. They're like, The Weeknd will be performing live. Like, he's going to sing live. And all I could think about is I was like, that doesn't really get me excited either. He has some good songs, but when he gets to the part about, like, not being able to feel your face because of cocaine in the middle of one of his songs at the Super Bowl, I think, you know. NFL always likes to talk a good game about being like, we're concerned, we have to look out for the children. Motherfucker, you put a guy on there singing about cocaine. Shut the fuck up. He's up next. Yes, indeed. Woo! All right. Good time to remind you guys, give us a like and a share on Facebook. We give you a toast on air just like we do all those fighters who get finishes within regulation. We're going to take care of Adam. You've got one coming up, but I want to make sure if I do forget any of them, please talk to me in the comment section. If you guys give us some hearts over here, it lets people know that you are enjoying the broadcast on the Instagram. And also, if you wouldn't mind, we always would appreciate it if you give us some love on all of our social media channels. So we're talking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, all of those at Grappling Hour. We really appreciate that. We do our best to try and come up with new content every single week. We actually do 2 different shows every week. We do this show, which is our Fight Companion, and we also do an interview show every week at least. This week we might have one more, and we hope that you guys enjoy that. So it means a lot to us here. Means a lot that you guys give us the support. I truly appreciate it. What is up, Yoki Monster? When you come up with the name Yoki Monster, is it just because you were like, Instagram says, give us a name, and you go, yo, I'm yoked. So these people need to know I'm a monster. Yoki Monster. I'm just curious. I don't know. Literally, when all these things started, I go, I should probably just secure Rafa Spars on most of these, because I don't want some other Rafa Sparsa to be known. I want me to be known, not them. All right, introductions here. You have got Manuel Cape fighting out of Thailand. He's got a 15-4 record. Kid weighs all of a $125 right now. And he is the underdog on the pick'ems. Yeah, Starboy is pretty terrible. And his opponent, Annore Pandora. $22-5. This dude feels Very hyped. This dude looks like Jason Ritter. Yeah, the Cannibal's a terrible nickname. Good call on that one, Duncan. I don't know, man. I just know that when people have to come up with nicknames, they do struggle. Oh, Cape wants to go. I do know that sometimes people strain themselves trying to come up with good nicknames, but at the very least, I feel like I should have some say in it, because they'd be like, Raph, we're going to call you the Cannibal. No, you are not. Oh, good. I smell booze and cigarettes on that ref's breath. So good. That's the beautiful part is you've got Dominic Cruz there on the commentary deck. It's going to be so great to just sit there and be like, dude, you'll never live that down. We have some jazz cigarettes too. Booze and liquor. I smell a copper here. What is up, Michael Courier? Good to see you. And it says, the way it should be, poor choices and bad ideas. Well, I mean, sometimes if you do become a fighter, you keep streaming. You stop that right there, Roku. Roku just basically gave me one of those, are you still watching this? Like, yeah, motherfucker, don't fucking do any shit right now. All right. Cape trying to get off a few strikes here, hands down a little bit more. Pantoja trying to charge a little bit here, making his way, sidestepping, looking for his angle, reverses steps. Nice kick there by Pantoja. Stop it, Cape. This Cape is trying to do his fucking rope-a-dope ship right now. Are they calling him Cop? Because I'm calling him Cape. Are we in agreement with this? Are we okay? Because, listen, I speak American, and here in America, we call that a cape, okay? I don't need your permission to call it cop or cape, but it's a cape. 3 minutes. Pantoja just tries to not only change the level, but Tasmanian spin his way into pressing forward and getting within range. I literally just heard them call him Cape on the fucking telecast now, too. You guys have to fucking pick a lane. Dom, disappointment. Good leg kicks there. God, yeah, I forget when we do go down to the 125ers how fast it all gets. And it says here, will the ghost of John Ritter help skinny Brazilian Jason secure a finish? I don't know. I mean, he's fast, but that is it is statistically tough to knock out 125ers. Statistically, it is difficult to do that. I don't know. I have not been 125 pounds since, like, what? 10? That sounds about right. Boof. Dom is in love with the stance switching here. I'm okay with it. What's up, FU Denu 84? Oh, look at that, though. Pantoja looking, he's looking pretty good there. You know what? I'm not going to call him that. I'm just going to start calling him Jason Ritter here. Let's do this shit, Jason Ritter. Although I will say, Dan did tell you guys to bet on Cape. That's the thing I do appreciate about doing this show. We're going to call these people whatever the fuck we feel like calling them. We don't need anybody to tell us how, where, when, or why we need to call them a certain thing. All right, let's give our first share over on this side. On the Instagrams. Loving you guys. Appreciating all of the very good wishes you have sent us thus far in. Decent enough of a fight. Gentlemen finding their tempo thus far in. And you do see that Jason Ritter's, he's caught him a couple times here. I wonder what it's going to take for him to get that knockout, though. I mean, both of these gents are fast. They're talking about one of their ability to be fast. I think you could look at both of how they are. Or you could just look at most 125ers and be like, general thing, don't want to go ahead and stereotype here, tends to be fast. Mm. Well, kids, let this be a lesson for your capoeira. What is up, SL Hurix 8? Woo! Jason Ritter, way more ready for that than I thought he would be, but now you're going to see some guard retention here from Cape. He stands back up. Ooh, might have just caught a knee there. Guts a trip at the buzzer, but does not even complete it. Good for him, though. All right, that's what we got going on. Again, Rafa Esparza, glad you guys are joining us. Appreciate you all. Feel free to chime in with any comments you got, your questions, your concerns, your hints, your hopes, your allegations. Did I say that one already? Don't really care. You can tell us your hopes or your dreams still. We'll make fun of that. Or you can just tell us what you're enjoying about the fights. For example, how would you score that last round? Would you say that young Jason Ritter was winning it? Or do you think that Cape was doing enough to cover up? Yeah, I know what I said. I said what I said. All right. Let's go ahead and check here. Ghost of Jason Ritter, John Ritter. Thank you very much for Woods. Woods, I believe we'll probably do your cheers coming up next. If you want to get a cheers, just like we're going to do for our friend Adam Woods, we'll give you a toast if you give us a like and a share on Facebook. And it says, can you count down the first 5 seconds of the round to sync? Yes, I can. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm at 4:55. I realized that I could do a better job of that, but honestly, there's no way to sync when the fight's going to start until the clock goes on. So I'll count the first 5 seconds that it starts for me, and that's what it was. So again, right now, 4:38. Ooh, both these guys are coming out strong in this round. And it does seem that some of the folks over on the Twittersphere that they are putting on the UFC right now, this motherfucker is doing the Carlton? Cape is doing the Carlton? Is that what I just saw him doing? Now he's salsa stepping him back, though, to be very honest about that. I've seen Rafael Domingos hit that salsa step as a actual takedown on somebody. It's incredibly specialized. Don't recommend it for people who are not that skilled. It says, it's cool. It was way ahead. It was awkward. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Well, womp womp. Can't fix it. 350. Nice kick there by young Jason Ritter. So Dom is surprised, in awe of Cape's footwork. He's saying he's being very smart with his footwork and his punches in particular, but they're complimenting the fact that Pantoja is kind of savvy to all of this. Let's take a moment to also appreciate Pantoja's left sleeve. Looks like they got some good ink on that. Also, these shorts look different. Like, did that motherfucker cut his Reebok shorts? Because it just looks like that would be normally where the slit is. As it says, yeah, you're with me on this. Why does Jason Ritter have his shorts styled in a Speedo? Wouldn't it have been easier to wear tights? I don't know, dude. Like, again, not being a fighter, I don't know all of the strategic advantages, because some of these guys like those Thai fight shorts. Some of the folks like, straight up just compression, like those old school ones. Some people don't even give a fuck. They just fucking go out there and fight. Like, I think if you told Donald Cerrone you have to wear this, he'd be like, I'm going to go out there with some basketball shorts. I don't give a fuck. 2:15 on my clock, just to try and give you guys the heads up of where I am. This is interesting. Jason Ritter still, for the most part, I would assume is winning this. They're already talking about how this is going to be a hard fight to judge. I don't disagree with that part. Well, I think they're doing a decent job of selling it on the commentary team, which is good. Because this is a weird fight to go and narrate. There is like weird pockets of nothing happening. And then all of a sudden, just like a burst of 40 seconds of complete nonsense. Yeah. It's just the differences of styles. You do see a very conservative game by Pantoja, aka young Jason Ritter, going up against the very flashy, movement heavy, but also very, I guess, interesting approach that is from one Cape. There's a comment from Pasif that just says Boa Noche. I don't know what that means. Is that night? I don't know what that means. Boa, I know that one. So thank you, I think. Good kick over by Pantoja. And now Cape is starting to come alive. Goes in for a takedown. Might just get it out of attrition. Charges his opponent over to the cage. Pantoja doing a decent enough of a job to stay on top, or not on top, but to at least stay with his balance. Manages to kind of Granby his way out of it. And it says, every time Cape weaves, he gets popped. It's like a reverse matrix. That's funny. I can get down with that. I see what you're saying on that. Interesting round for both of those. I would love to hear your guys' scores. Chime in. Talk to me in your comment sections, wherever you may be watching. As you do that, I'm going to do a quick little share over on the Instagrams so that people know that we got a show going on, and we would love them to join us and say, what's up, what's up? Let me go ahead and do this. Well, bam. Yeah, tomorrow, man, I hope Mahomes pulls this off. That would be freaking dope. Be nice to just be done with Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying. Don't you guys feel that way? Aren't you done with Tom Brady? Like, I know some of y'all are like, oh my God, he's the GOAT. It's like, I don't care. I'm perfectly good if he wins or loses, honestly. It would just be way more fun to watch him lose. The one and only Dan Johnson, the esteemed Dan Johnson, friend of the show. It's good to see you, bro. Looks like Dan has been killing it in some short films. They'll probably be getting some really good buzz from what I see lately. I'm so stoked to get to see that, dude. Damn, hug. Yes, I see you, Sven. I'm sad that you saw them hug it out at the very beginning. Although now that I know that you're so bothered by that, I might actually, before we start a round, just try and give you a hug before we roll next time. Because I think that might actually deplete some of your energy. Now I know. I told you I'd figure out the Lex Luthor of this whole thing. I'm like, Sven has no weaknesses. Oh, wait. Kindness. Just wait 5 minutes. I get it, dude. I understand it. But you know what? Everybody's wired just differently. Like, you don't see Steven and Wonderboy Thompson necessarily hugging somebody in between rounds. I understand that. That's not the issue. However, there are some people who aren't fazed by the facade of fighting. It's not something that they really care. They just go, hey, listen, dude, me giving this guy a hug isn't really going to change all that much until they lose. And then watch them be mad. They'll be like, oh, motherfucker, I gave him a hug. That's what fucking did it. I gave him the win. The minute I hugged him, I hugged my energy into him. I mean, to be honest, though, this is an interesting case where I'm actually pro-hug, and I'll tell you why, Sven. I think the hug in this particular situation, especially if you're young Jason Ritter, is the fact that Cape's whole thing is to throw you off guard. I think that Cape's whole thing with the movement and the weird elements that he throws in from the side to side, the switching of stances, it's meant to just throw you off so you find an opening. I get that. But if there is somebody that is going to give you a hug, it's like, I'm not even bothered by it. It's fine. I think that's also a mental game too, so I don't hate that as a strategy, actually. in this particular case. This is one of the few fights I'll actually say pro hug. Korean Zombie did tell you guys to bet on Cape, and he is showing up to say, what the fuck, man? 2021 fights have been wild. Yes, they have. Kevin D chimes in and says, I haven't watched a football. Is that no game? I just haven't watched a football. Okay. Since the Super Bowl where the giant guy caught the ball with his helmet. 2012, nothing to do with politics. Fuck. They don't do anything for 45 out of 60. Fuck that game. Sure. Oh, this motherfucker got punched and then literally just shimmied at his opponent. It's not really my thing. What is up, K. Bisher? Good to see you guys. Happy to have all of you join us, watching along with us right now. I'll tell you this much. This is not the time to really, show them your Harlem Shake, if you would. It's not the time to really do some jazz dancing in terms of trying to show off your moves. Because by all accounts, Cape is probably losing this fight, just points-wise. So this is there. Though, Dan is saying that Cape plus 3-5 should be okay, but scores will be all over. This score is going to be real weird. Because the fight's weird, so what are you going to do? Just to remind you guys, coming up next is going to be Michael Johnson versus Clay Guida. And that's a weird thing, is they've been talking about all these other fighters, but not one person has really made mention of the fact that his opponent is Michael Johnson. Like, that shit's weird, right? And I think part of it's because he's coming off of 3 losses. He put together 2 wins before that, one of which was against the Artem Lebov, a.k.a. the GOAT. Oh, there's some good exchanges, though, here. He also has a win over Andre Fili. But, like, yeah, man. Just remember at the point when Khabib's dad thought that Michael Johnson was the biggest test for him in terms of, like, an actual MMA opponent. And look how crazy life turns out. Look at this, though. Pantoja is ahead on the 2 rounds on the striking. So 24 and 22. And in this round, Cape now looking to almost try and take the back again. It's going to be weird. Oh, man. His Granby is pretty good, though. Nice knee to the midsection here. Walking him down. Cape tries to come in, charge for another takedown. Will not necessarily get it, but he does have the back control with 2 seconds. And let's see if they hug here. Nope, they're making their last appeals to the judges by immediately pointing as if they have won. So everybody knows if you don't do that, at the end of a very close fight, the other person might win. Strength Mobility says, good finish to that fight. Split decision incoming. That's going to be weird. Yeah, I don't feel good about this. MMA Fighting says, competitive flyweight scrap. Yes, it was. So, yeah, I know we were talking about the Super Bowl. How many people are going to be in the goddamn stadium tomorrow? I guess that's the other thing I've started to think about. That's just, like, it's going to be very weird. And we've already mentioned the weekend. It said, Cape misunderstood the rules. What rules did he not understand, Dan? And he said he thought it was a 5-rounder, clearly. I don't know that he would have really been that different either way, if I'm being honest. I also think, if you're going to say anything, that Cape probably thought there was extra, like, swag appeal. Like, you get an extra point if your swag is off the charts. Usman and Burns next week will be here. So this is how you can tell this shit's real in my life. Next Saturday is my wife's birthday. And at first she's like, are you really going to do one of these? And I was like, where would we go for your birthday? She's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Fuck that. So. Oh, no. Well, Cape, no, you can't throw your hands up in the air. You just, we kind of knew. We knew. Oh, shit. He doesn't want to hug anymore. He's like, nah, dude, I should have won. I'm okay hugging you when in between the fight when I think that I won. But now, Cape is really not okay. Well, that got really strange. It says LOL, wow, right? The fucking judge who did it, 30-27, fuck the Cape 3.5 bet. I'm sorry, Dan. Well, I will say this is a post-interview I do want to hear. So we'll see how this one plays out in a few seconds here, but good Lord. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share this over on the news feed. Here we go. UFC Vegas 18. Join in. Yeah, I mean, that's a weird ass fight all around. I still think Pantoja won it, so I don't really have an issue with him winning it. If I'm Cape, I think you're probably going to replay your best strikes and probably think that because they have a little weird flair to them that you think that you won the fight. I don't know. Maybe he's going to rewatch it and he'll think differently. But here's the post-fight interview with Daniel Cormier. So you've got over here young Jason Ritter saying, when they brought this fight to me, I just liked it. He wants to fight with the best guys. And he just wants to fight the best. And he just wants to prove to himself and everybody. Okay. He's also dedicating this to all the people who came up to him when he was young and said, you'll be in the UFC. Even though at the time he said, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. And you are seeing DC put him over by saying you were just more active than Cape. And he's just like, dude, this is a high-level striking, dude. He's like, he's never fought or he's never lost in Muay Thai. He feels pretty comfortable he can get in there and strike. And he wants to prove it against all the guys. So he's thinking, okay, in order to make it to fighting Figueiredo, he has to fight somebody like this guy. And he's saying he needs score to score, which I think he means start to finish. And he says, all right, if you don't have Moreno showing up or anybody who doesn't show up for that fight, I'll take it. Okay, that's coherent enough. Oh, no, they were done. They were moving on, but he's got to say something to Brazil. Oh, good for this, though. This is a great story to go ahead and replay. Devontae Smith. And let me make sure I read this 100% accurately, so that way you guys get an exact sense of what I just read. But it says that Devontae Smith plans to get blazed and chill after his TKO win over Justin James. Well, there you have it. In case inquiring minds wanted to know. Wabam. God, Sanchez and Guida. They're saying both of them are still going strong. They're still going, is, I believe, the more accurate way of putting it. They are still, still here. But yes, they're in the UFC Hall of Fame already, but they are active legends. Michael Johnson, they're showing some of his highlights, which predate HD, I think. And then they're showing Clay Guida, who's also been around for a minute. Jeez. it is so funny that so much of my watching of this before I would ever do a show involves moments where when you would explain to people who weren't fans, you'd be like, oh, this dude, yeah, he's got that wild ass hair, man. He's crazy. Like, yeah, he's one of your favorites. Yeah, because he's fucking crazy. It's dope. Michael Johnson, Clay Guida. It's a weird ass fight, if we're being honest. So I know we were just going through Michael Johnson's career. We should probably also make mention, for full disclosure, Clay Guida's past few fights. And there's 2 losses. One to Bobby Green, one to Jim Miller. There's a win against BJ Penn, which might as well just be no contest because BJ Penn was not intellectually able to defend himself outside of the octagon. So we're going to call that one has a loss to Charles Oliveira, which who doesn't at this point. But the last big wins that I think you could really say he's got are over Joe Lazon back at 2017 and Eric Koch, and that was also 2017. Before that, losses: Brian Ortega, Thiago Tavares, Dennis Bermudez, Chad Mendes, Gray Maynard, Benson Henderson, Kenny Florian, Diego Sanchez. But look at some of these wins: Matt Danzig, Nate Diaz, Rafael Dos Anjos, Takanori Gomi, Anthony Pettis. Like, if you ever just look at Clay Guida's resume as a whole, that shit is like all over the place, crazy. So when they're trying to look for both of these gents to have a fight, they just go, who's just been around? Like, they don't need wins. In fact, less wins would be great for the other one. And let's, you know what, just put them in the cage, see what the fuck happens. Roll it up, see if Yahtzee happens. And we go from there. Anyway, them's the notes. Ready for this, taking a quick note to see who all is tuning in. So there are 3 fights left by my estimation: Clay Guida, Michael Johnson, Frankie Edgar, and Corey Sanhagen, and Alistair Overeem versus Alexander Volkov. Some really good stuff. I'm excited for these 3 fights. I hope that you are excited. I hope that you guys are enjoying yourself. We are also going to cut a quick little promo just to remind people, if they are not watching live, that they should... that they should tune in and watch along with us. Sorry, one of my friends on their Instagram just posted that they're listening to Let It Go by Frozen. They do not have children. So we are A-okay to make fun of them. But here we go. What is up, Geddes? Thank you for joining. Cutting a quick little promo to remind people to join us over on our Instagram. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcast, Rafa Esparza. We're doing a fight companion for the fights that are going on. UFC Vegas 18 have 3 of the biggest fights of the card coming up back to back to back right now. Come join us. Say hello. Hope you're enjoying the fights. Come through. That's how you do it, kids. One take. I wasn't really going to change it if it was bad anyway. Like, that's the hard part about doing these things live. There is no second take. You just fucking take the one that, whatever it is. Unless it's so, like, unintelligible that you can't even figure it out. What is up, God King Killmonger? Oh, God King Killmonger. Okay, I can get into that. That's some good shit. Join us for the rest of the UFC Vegas card. All right, talk to me. Who do you guys got in this next fight? I'm going to assume you're probably going for Guida at this point, if I'm being honest. It just seems like the safer of choices to make. If I'm wrong, tell me. But if you're really going to root against him, I'm a little baffled as to how you could do it. All right, that is all set. Both folks are in the octagon, it would appear. Yep, you could tell because there's a lot of movement. The reach and the height are going to be in Michael Johnson's advantage corner, 34 and 39. Jesus Christ. I wonder if Clay Guida has probably written it into his contract as to be like, I would like to be here and fight as long as humanly possible. Do not try and fire me, because I won't go. Oh, look at him. He's so happy right now. That's a very Pebbles, Flintstone sort of little hair braid that he's got on this one. So we'll see if it pays off for him in the end. Bold move, Cotton. All right. Waiting for your predictions. Going to take a little quick note after this. Adam, I've got your cheers coming up next. And it says, I saw Pantoja win that one. Winning, yeah, of course. And it says, the panic that Quarterman went through to unlock his phone with his PPE to get a selfie was priceless. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what we talk about on this show. We talk about the real issues. We talk about you can't just bring somebody into your corner who's not a good selfie taker. I don't care how good your boxing is. If you can't take good selfies, get the fuck out of my corner. I'm just saying it's an important part of the UFC. You don't want to win, go through all the trouble, all the training, all the weight cuts, the actual fight itself, the exhaustion of all of that, and then at the very end, have a cornerman who can show you a good right hook and give you the best strategy in the world to win, but then can't even take a goddamn selfie? Can't have it. Won't have it in my corner. Not a fan. All right, here we go. It says Father Time for the win, and it says Michael Ochoa, it's a Midwest fight, Chicago versus St. Louis. And you are correct. Gentlemen, just to remind you guys, I am actually at this point in the fight. It is currently 4:36 on my card over this way. So hopefully that syncs up with you guys. We got Michael Johnson, we've got Clay Guida, and we've got you guys. My appreciation to all of you for tuning in. We're going to have a good time. Let's join together and watch the chaos that is two guys who are still here and still fighting by all intents, means, and purposes. I was trying to think, though, like, I couldn't remember the last time that Michael Johnson fought. So I had to take a moment, look it up, and it turns out the last time we did see him in the cage was actually back in May 13th of last year. I'm sorry, against one Thiago Moses, and he lost via an Achilles lock, which not a ton of people really have on their records. So, again, coming off of another loss against Stevie Ray and Josh Emmett. His last win was against the GOAT, Artem Lobov, and that was back in 2018. So, I know when we talk about momentum, you know, kind of that thing of, like, you can't afford to take another loss. I honestly think this is just one of those fights where they go, just, I don't really care. Let him fight. We like him. Guida doing classic Guida shit. See here, Johnson got his left orbital broke. Guida right hook. Good looking out there, Sven. Woo! I think part of that weird ass like flight takedown was half Guida coming to turn the steering wheel and half Johnson almost flying into it as to maybe seeing if he can get the momentum to come back on his side. All right. It says, longer this fight goes, more that wears on him. Possibly. I would tell you this, though. The longer he stays in this position, I actually think this might be worse for him. I don't love Johnson on his back in this particular element. This could be Guillotine City for Clay Guida, because as much as we've seen him grapple over the years, sometimes just having that annoying guillotine could be just enough for a guy like Michael Johnson. However, Johnson reverses the position right now, and even though you know that Johnson has some damage to the orbital bone, Clay Guida is the one that's actually bleeding out right now. It's it's a crazy world. Imagine fighting so many fights that you hit somebody with some clean shots that you end up bleeding from it. But I would say, in principle, you're not wrong. That the longer this fight goes, that's a lot of pain to go ahead and sustain for a number of rounds. We'll see how it goes. Oh, by the way, I should tell you guys. We put up a post asking people where you could get good striking. Not only for my own needs, but I always try to look out for the people in our community. I know that we've talked about his gym, but did you guys know that our friend Sven fights or has fought in the past? And that he's a pretty awesome coach. So I would tell you guys, if you want good striking, he was one of the guys who reached out to me, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to you guys. Inquire, go there, take one of his classes, MMA, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all the stuff. It's super good. So I want to go ahead and make sure you guys know that, because I love it when people respond to my shit as to being like, you do know that I teach this. And it's like, yeah, I know, you're good, blah, blah, blah. Though I don't personally like him. Too hard to grapple with. You guys can go take a class from him. That's fine. 25 seconds left of this first round, and I don't know what's happening to Clay Guida's hair. It looks like he has now developed bangs because there's very little of the hair that can fall out of that bun that's going on at this moment. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Both of these gents, good work. Oh, what a convenient time for both of these guys to get a little bit of a breather. Excellent work. All right. As a reminder, give us a like and a share on Facebook. We'll give you a toast on air. Adam Woods has a cheers that's coming up right now. That's how you can tell these Tums commercials are getting weirder as we go on. There's a fever dream of a giant chili pepper that's made its way into one of the commercials, and you think to yourself, that's weird. Oh, God. This is the commercial they're going with for the Super Bowl. The GOAT of GOATs versus the Mahomes of the Mahomes. This is the shit that makes you feel like if you aren't watching the Super Bowl, you're right. Now, granted, you're wrong because most of America is. And at the very least, it's just a dumb thing to watch. Woo! I see that right there. That was a beautiful punch. Good looking out there, Sven. Thank you for making sure that we have our eyes and ears on everything. Yeah, you're going to see Michael Johnson's face continue to look rough as this fight goes on. Because even as is, it just... eek. Yeah, I would say that some of these combinations that Johnson's throwing are just by instinct and by design. I wonder how much pain he's fighting through at this point. If we saw some success with Clay Guida in that first round, utilizing positioning of the cage, utilizing wrestling stability and control, we are seeing kind of a repeat of that. Got a good couple cracks on Johnson at the very beginning of the round. Now with 4:09 left to go on my clock, he is grating on him, putting him over to the cage, had him down. Johnson's starting to get back up to his feet, trying to get a few of these rapid punches over to the face, none of them affecting the drill-like nature of Clay Guida. I mean, the good news is that Johnson, for the most part, is not having anything get compromised yet. We're still at a point where we're waiting to see what exactly is going to go there. And it says, damn, early cut, just bleed indeed. You guys should go look up. There is an article, I think, that they did during the pandemic, or maybe somewhere around that, where they followed up, or at least that I read it during the pandemic, where they followed up to see what the Just Bleed guy has been up to. And I thought there's no better journalism in all of MMA than figuring out what the Just Bleed guy has been up to. It says right here, does Guida ever stop bouncing? I feel like he bounced right out of the WEC into all of our hearts. Got a little fan fiction-y there, but yeah, I'm with you in the sentiment. I think that Clay Guida is somebody who you can't really dislike somebody who has that much energy, win or lose. Ooh, Guida does lose. Johnson tries to get a few of these punches going, but I mean, The form is all over the fucking place. And I think the weird part is you almost see, like, it's kind of mnemonic in terms of how he continues to come up. He ducks down, goes for a couple swings without really keeping much of an eye on it. And I think now, if we're really seeing anything take place here, it's the fact that you are seeing Johnson having to deal with all of Clay Guida's energy. Like, that's the relentless thing that is making the difference in this fight. Or, as I back. Thank you very much, Duncan Stewart. Appreciate that. I didn't know we had the incredible Anderson Silva joining us. I mean, this is the point when I think both gents are just slippery AF. They're just diving on shit, just seeing if they can get anywhere with, like, the equivalent of, like, a slip and slide all over the place. 128. Guida's pressed up against the cage, but all things considered, he's essentially winning this fight. Johnson just has the better position at this moment. Don't be surprised if you see another momentum change here in just a second, though. Johnson does have one underhook. I just haven't seen him utilize it as much. And Clay, like a man on a mission, was already starting to scoop for that second underhook. Johnson very wisely decides to back up, let it go. Yeah, I feel like if you are fighting one Clay Guida, you know, they'll tell you you're signed up for a 3-round fight. But he's the only fighter to try and fit 5 rounds into those 3 rounds. So you might be like, yo, I got this great fight. It's 3-rounder against Clay Guida. Yeah, about that. You should be fighting in prep for like 6 rounds. What do you mean, dude? They can only go to 5 anyway. This dude's just going to try and walk you down, man. Johnson looking a little tired. What's up, Rotolo brothers? Good to see you guys. It says, you have to respect that Clay has not changed his style since the Sanchez fight. Sure. I just have to respect the fighter he is. I don't even know that styles changed. I just think the caliber of fans have also changed over the years, but he hasn't. Like, he's still the exact same guy, and you go, you know, hey, bro, you're still out there, still trying to kill it. Good for you. That dude's 39, man. As somebody who is close to that, it's not fun. Sven will probably attest to this, but there are moments when I do look around during a wrestling room is happening, and you were doing some wrestling exercise that I'm like, you want me to do what now? If I was 20, I could do that. So what is the old guy version of that going to look like? Because I know you're talking about a really nice single leg here, but nah, it's not going to happen. Johnson looking a little tired. Let's go back to that. I guess. I don't know how you don't look tired against Clay Guida. You just have to really piece him up, and that's easier said than done, because that dude's moving around more than most people. So, All right, we go to the third and final round. Let's see how this one plays out. Clay Guida probably ahead, I would assume, on the judges' cards. Johnson's going to need a knockout here. Let us up, Jefferson Clara. Good to see you joining us. Happy to have you watching along. We are watching UFC Vegas 18. And again, that's that same pattern from Johnson. It's so incredibly wild to me. Like, when he really gets in the pocket with an opponent, it's just out of instinct, back, forth. Like, goes for one straight up and then ducks down in 2 different directions, almost trying to get a body shot that he's not even really looking at a certain point. Holy shit. I can't tell if Johnson just knocked some sweat off of Clay Guida's face or if he knocked part of his hair off. Very disconcerting. Clay Guida's looking to run, finish a takedown here, almost on that element. I have a question here. I'll go ahead and address that. And it says, what do you think is the trajectory of Johnson's career if he doesn't win? I don't know. I don't know that this fight really... like, should this fight have any more or less way for the UFC to keep them around? I would have assumed by some of those fights in the past, both of them should have been cut. But yet, here we are. I don't know. I would tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if either of them get cut just in terms of the business side of it. I don't really dislike Michael Johnson. I don't know that I see him sticking around in the UFC. So if you hear that, Scott Coker, just saying. It said, did Johnson just knock out Clay Guida's bald spot? Well, listen, dude, I just made that joke earlier. Are you saying my joke's back to me? Is there that much of a delay? Because I, in the future, am making these jokes. And you, in the past, are saying these jokes afterwards. What's up, Bob? It's like a Morgan at Comedy Club again. I'll say one joke, and then 10 minutes later, some of the new kids are saying the same jokes I did. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. Anyway. Yes. Very pleased thus far. They were talking about how things are... Things are very strange in this. Guida is still just trying to keep Michael Johnson pinned against that cage. And Johnson looking a little frustrated there. Duncan Stewart says, I'm down to watch either of these guys fight regardless of records. I mean, that's the exact point of this fight. They don't want you to care about anything other than you like them generally, right? This might be good enough. There is a rear naked choke by Clay Guida. He is under the chin. Johnson desperately trying to pull down the arm. It's close. I mean, I would say it's not super close. There is a body triangle, though. That might change things. Things are getting a little dicey here, kids. There's 146 left to go. When you are that tired and there is a body triangle on you, that's not easy to get out of. Johnson still is holding on to that arm. And it says maybe if Guida wins, he retires. That'd be nice. I'm good with that. If he wants to retire and go out, absolutely okay. And Johnson still managing to find his way out. Good for him. All right. Yeah, bro, we need to get an underhook to that body triangle stat. Like, if you could start to pummel the legs, yep. Bring that other leg to support, bro. Because the hard part is the more he attacks on the upper part of the body, it's almost part, not only is it like giving the ability to choke him, but it's also serving as a distraction of, I don't want you focused on your legs. I don't want you to get this body triangle out. And I don't know that Johnson is understanding, like, shit, bro. Yeah, you're not going to be able to start finessing an escape out of this unless you can sort of multitask. And granted, easier said than done when you are this tired. Yeah, Sven, this sucks either way. I get it, man. I don't know. I hate telling fighters they need to retire. Doesn't mean I won't do it. But, I think we all have an attachment to seeing Guida fight for all these years. So I'm okay. If this dude wants to go ahead and call it a day, I think we're all fine. And we're about 8 seconds away from making it all the way until the end. And we did it. This sucks either way. The back, I mean. Oh. Yeah, Guida. Yeah, I think Guida lost hair in this fight. Am I insane for thinking that? Or was it just that the bun was in a certain place where it just hid some of the bald spots there? And then if you are Clay Guida and you do have bald spots, can you even shave it off? Because I think contractually you have to keep part of that hair. Either way. Strength and mobility. LOL. Having your back took. You wouldn't know. When's the last time somebody took your back? You need to shut up. Everybody here, give him shame. Unless a man is just like, oh, I hear it must be bad. Shut up, Sven. Literally, I've taken Sven's back and then all of a sudden ended up with my back compromised and being like, this isn't physically possible. How did this happen? How? Sven. You know what? Sven's like some weird robot that gets put a humility chip in there and everybody's like, nobody believes you, Sven. That's just the chip you were programmed to have to say nice things. It says Guida has the classic greasy pro wrestler hair. Absolutely, bro. If you're a pro wrestler and you don't have that hair, I don't think you're a pro wrestler. Especially not in the 90s. So anyway, LOL, it says it was strategically placed bun for sure. I'm just saying, bro. I don't imagine a Clay Guida stop running. Ugh, fuck. You know why? Because the running makes me feel he's not going to retire, Sven. And Sven, do you think we ever should have talked Thor into putting on like a ratty wig so that he could play Clay Guida? But like Clay Guida after a few, bouts with a pasta bowl. What's up, Luis? And it says, here's an idea. Put him into a shave your head match, and if he loses, he shaves his hair and retires. Man, hair versus hair matches are the most ridiculous. I was just listening to the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast where Jerry the King Lawler says that he had an opponent where it was a hair versus hair match. And he beats the opponent, so they shave his opponent's head. And then all of a sudden, his opponent goes, one more time, but this time, if you win, you shave my wife's hair. And he goes, so everybody comes in and they know there's no way his wife is going to get her head shaved, so I have to lose. So they come to see this, and then all of a sudden, they are crying when I beat him again, and then the wife has to get her head shaved. And that was what, back in the 60s, not 60s, 70s, 80s, so it's a very funny storyline. Very, very well done. It says, right, he's a machine. Thor's Clay with muscle and just as good wrestling with the brawler style. Yeah, I know. Oh, stop running! Why are you still... No, dude. You could be stationary. You're being interviewed. And so he's saying he hits like a truck. Good for that. Truck. Thighs like, what? No, I didn't say that, but you might as well be. Wait, stop pacing. Like, this shit gives me anxiety just watching people who can't just stand still to be interviewed, who have to bounce up and down. Like, bro, we get it. You're in shape. Korean Zombie. This year is way too fucking weird. Duncan Stewart, guest ref Burns, the barber beefcake. That's genius. Still running. I know, dude. It's still fucking weird. Adam Woods, he's still bouncing. We're all on the same page here, and I'm very glad about that. And Clay Guida is saying, he's very difficult to take down. He's got a lot of wrestling credentials, so... They said he knew that the fight would be won on the fence and on the ground. Oh, wow. He has a 4-fight contract still? He says he wants to continue fighting for 4 times within the year. Oh, he's saying maybe that he doesn't want to fight veterans anymore, give him an up-and-comer. We don't need to do all that. He says right now he's going to continue to fish. Okay, that makes sense. That was very nice. Good for him. Oh, he wants to be a professional fisherman after this. Yeah, I could see that, bro. Yeah, okay. Here's a theory. Did he take the hair that was shaved off of Shawn Michaels and put it onto him? It looks like a weird combination of both Shawn Michaels' hair fused with Bret Hart's hair. So if you take both of those hair follicles, made them into one giant 90s hairpiece and plug them in, that might explain why some of the holes are there. Maybe he lost his hair years ago and then he just put those two things together. I don't have a full cheers for you, Clay. I can't do it because I can't break that rule. I would just say, cheers, you're still around and we just like you. That's it. I'm not going to do any more. It's my own dumb roll, but it is my dumb roll. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway. All right. Well, that was weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy that he won. It's still, frankly, all over the place experience to see Clay Guida fighting at the age of 39. Talking about, like, you know, if I can, I would like to, I guess, be a fisherman after this is all said and done. So, if you guys will, that'd be cool. Anyway, that's where I think the humor is coming from all of this. Look at this. Hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and give this another share in just a second here. But my appreciation to all of you guys for tuning in. It is a wonderful Saturday evening. We're coming up on the co-main event. Frankie Edgar is about to take the octagon in just a few seconds. But while I have you guys, feel free to give us some love. We're going to do a toast to Adam Woods, who just chimed in with saying, Shawn Michaels did a lots of love for Clay Guida. Absolutely. That's exactly what happened here. Shawn Michaels really took one for the team. Just like when he went to go compete for Saudi money. Yep. Hey, man, they paid him well. I can't hate on that. I just know... Well, let's see here. Apparently, in the world of flow grappling, Leandro Lowe just choked the shit out of somebody with a cross-collar choke. You know how long it's been since I've done gi? I've only thought of this recently. Holy fuck. Eek. They just revealed the pay-per-view main card. Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns, Macy Barber, Alexa Grasso, Kelvin Gastelum, Ian Heinch, Pedro Munoz, Jamie Varera, and Maki Patolo versus Julian Marquez. That's not worth $64. There's no other way of saying that. It's just, that's not $64. I don't know. Bro. Ariel Helwani chimes in and says, the people's main event time. Okay. I do occasionally like to give Ariel shit for some of the statements that he does make on these things. Like, I don't know that we're really saying that any of these are the people's main event. Like, who is saying that? What is up, Mick Hafe Freestyle? Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, there's actually got to be 2 cheerses for our good friend, one Adam Woods. I saw that there was a share over on the Facebook, and I saw that there was a share on our YouTube. Let's start with this. Name that Notorious B.I.G. song. I don't have it playing. Yeah, I can't hear it. All right, here we go. This toast. What's up, man of the world 57? Thank you for joining. My name's Rafa Esparza. You are watching a fight companion for UFC Vegas 18. This cheers goes on out to our good friend, one Adam Woods. Adam Woods famously, I don't know if you guys know this, years ago when they said, hey, listen, I don't think we're going to have enough toilet paper here. When the beginning of the coronavirus hit, Adam Woods is the first person who was like, you guys get your shit together. And then after he said that, he couldn't keep a straight face. He was like, that's a really good joke. And it was the first time that people were recorded to laugh after the lockdown. So, a little bit of factual information for you guys. Take that one to the bank. Cheers to you, one Adam Woods. All right, let's do a second one. Because he also shared it, as we mentioned before, on his YouTube page. This cheers also goes out to our friend, Adam Woods. I don't know if you guys know this, but Adam Woods is actually the person who created the Elimination Chamber. People are saying, oh, it was Triple H's idea. Well, first of all, if you know anything about Triple H, you know, took it from somebody else. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. So, as a result of this, I, a wrestling historian, am telling you the truth, which is that Adam Woods came up with the Elimination Chamber idea. And lo and behold, now it's a yearly event. So cheers to you, kind of, when they remember to put it on. Actually, it's been a while before they put it on. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Anyway, thank you very much, Adam. We appreciate you. Much love. We're now at the co-main event. Super stoked you guys are here. My name is Rafa Esparza. I host many different shows, the bulk of which, I guess, that are important to you are going to be Verbal Tap and the Grappling Hour. You are watching the Grappling Hour's fight companion of UFC Vegas. Ooh, it looked like you almost slipped there. Vegas 18. We're at the co-main event right now. I'm super stoked. As many a Diddy Instagram post or Vine would say, let's get this spread. And that's what we're going to do here right now. Working. All right, who do you guys have on this one? Tell me in the comment section. Ooh, Corey Sandhagen has a 5-inch reach, or I'm sorry, not even reach, just a 5-inch advantage in height over one Frankie Edgar. So we'll see how this one plays out for him. Tell me who you guys got. I want to hear it. I want to know, who are you cheering for? Who do you want to see? And it says, don't forget that I created the Punjabi prison and Viagra on a pole match as well. Hashtag never forget. I wouldn't put those on you. I can't put the Punjabi prison match. I know it in the back of my mind as the match to always reference, but I knew that there was a better joke in saying that Triple H stole your idea because he's Triple H. Like, could you imagine those negotiations when you're like, Triple H, that's actually my intellectual property? And he'd be like, got this sledgehammer here. Oh, I'll sign it off. That's fine. Yep, that's okay. I don't mind. I guess the question is, do we believe that Corey Sandhagen is going to dust Frankie Edgar, as so the prophecy says he should? Or are we going to see Frankie Edgar continue the run of, old people are putting it down pretty well tonight? We'll have to see. Enjoy tonight's festivities with us. Grab a beer. Cheers along. We got this, and we got one more fight, and then, that's pretty much it for us tonight. So let's enjoy the last of the little bit of time we got together. And what the fuck is that neck tattoo that is all over his fucking neck? Gross. All right, here we go. Round has started. 4:57, 56, 55 on my clock. Frankie trying to hold down the center of the octagon. Both of the gents starting off fast and furious. This is a 3-rounder, so we'll see if that makes any negligible difference, if that works into Frankie's favor. Frankie is leading the stance thus far in. Sandhagen already trying to come in. Oh! Wow! Wow! Yo! Oh my God! I said he might get dusted, and I knew that was a possibility. I, however, could not have told you it was going to be by, I can't call it a flying knee. It was more so a beautifully timed knee. Adam Woods chimes in right now. Just said, wow. Says prayers for Frankie. I hope he's okay. I do too. Let me see that again. That angle. So, side steps. No, it's straight on. See, because I thought he was countering off of it. That was him leading that as well. Ooh, and then it's almost a slide out. That's just beautiful, dude. Oh, Frankie, yeah, I hope you're okay. Let's see if they can get a camera angle to show if he's all right or not. Side, 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 kick. Turns around. Yeah. Oof. Well, guys, they don't get much better than that. That was pretty spectacular. I don't see Frankie in the octagon anymore. Did they get him out of there in between the replays of that? Yeah. Oh, God. Captain America's. Yo, let's talk about that. First of all, Korean Zombie saying the thing I think many of us are experiencing, which is that was hard to watch. Yes, it was. I had a bad feeling for Frankie. Again, you can never really figure that that's going to be the exact way, but holy shit. Respect to Frankie, but damn. Hope I don't have to see that again. Yeah, I don't know. And there is an element that we should be giving so much more credit to Sandhagen for how amazing that was. It's a thing of beauty. It's execution. It is hard to watch. I am with you with that. Donnelly, thank you very much. Welcome to the show. We here are just trying to process what we just saw. I don't believe I see Frankie. I think they got him out of there ASAPs, which makes me up there. And it says, no, Frankie Edgar is up and there to hear the decision. Okay, good. And it says, also, thank you to Corey for cashing as a fucking never 350 favorite. Had a hard time pulling the trigger on those odds. Yeah. Yo. That one hurt. What is up, Aosis? I'm glad that Frankie's good enough to stand. Let's get him immediately to get checked out. Don't even, you know what? I think this is one of those situations you don't even need to shake the other people's hands. Just give him one of these. Make your way out. Take him on over. Oh, that's tough, dude. Oh, yeah, I guess you got to do the selfie. Oh, that's the one that hurts. I don't mind doing a selfie when it's just like you beat somebody and it's a decision. You beat somebody, it's a submission. You beat somebody, it's like a little less of a crazy knockout. But fuck. What's up, Curtis? What's up, Saudi? That was tough. All right, well, let's hear what he has to say because there's not really much to highlight here. It's just... Yeah, and hearing DC, it in DC's voice, where he's saying, you see a guy get knocked out like that, it is scary, and he's not wrong. Like, DC put it beautifully for many of us, but I think it also inhabits his own fears. I mean, DC is a guy who's fought in that cage, and, you know, for the most part is okay after years of fighting. I don't know that we know any different, but that top camera, god damn, dude, I gotta see if they've already put that up on ESPN. That's money. Yeah. Nope, they haven't shown it here yet. Eek. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Sven. And now DC is saying you were talking about tricks that you had up your sleeve. What about that, dude? Sandhagen says it was exciting to show off his wrestling skills because he knows that everybody says he sucks at that. Yeah, DC is appropriately spooked, but that right knee. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Sandhagen puts that beautifully. He's like, I don't want to watch that happen to him, but better him than me. DC's trying to say it in the nicest of ways of like, you did that to a legend. What's up, Kyle? You were here joining us at a very strange time on the show. And now he is saying in his post-fight interview, he is a different fighter than the last time he fought Aljamain Sterling. He has the most wins since 2018 in the UFC bantamweight division with 6. And he's calling a shot in July right now. DC giving him all the props in the world and building it up properly. Oof. So he's saying that he will KO the winner of Yan and Sterling in July. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta do this. I don't want to. No. Okay. Yep. Looking at it. Hard to watch. 2, 3, 4. Finds it. Sees both hands are just kind of. You know what it is? Watch Frankie's hands where they kind of come out and they're spaced just perfectly out where he finds the angle to come right in on it. It's impressive, man. That read is perfect. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick. First, again, thank you guys for watching. Love y'all. You guys are the best. Can't get enough of you guys joining in, saying hello to us, chatting with us. That was fucking terrible to watch, but also kind of cool. Just in terms of the split, because all respect to Sanhagen. Yeah, Sanhagen. That's going to be one of those things that they replay for years, and all of us are going to probably have issues watching it as we go forward. So let's go ahead and give us another little shout out here. As a reminder, if you guys can give us a like and a share, then we will give you a toast on air. Them's the rules. That's how we run things here. Love y'all. Always love giving some shout outs to the people who are good people who support us. And I mean, like, actively support us week in and week out. That is what we are all about here on this show. Just to kind of fill you in on what else is going on this week, too. We have booked a Shane Shapiro that should be appearing on the show very soon. We're also going to be talking to, in case you don't know, Shane Shapiro of the famous Schaap brothers who live out in Vegas. They run the Extreme Couture, or is it the Syndicate? Syndicate 702 gym. They run their jiu-jitsu club, and they're just good guys. And, man, Shane had a phenomenal performance at LFA recently. This is an Eminem song that they're now premiering. I don't know why we're doing Eminem as LL Cool J's Mama Said Knock You Out video, but that's where we're at. Yeah, what's up, Tackett? Yo, let's talk about it. Okay, Sanhagen. Yeah, Sanhagen, you hate to see it happen to somebody who's taken out a legend. Obviously, that's not exactly... And a legend that we like. There are some legends we don't like, but we all love Frankie Edgar. That dude has grit for days. And I think that Frankie was hoping to make it one of those fights where he could kind of show, like, yo, this is what I do. Also, I'm still very confused why there's an Eminem rapping like LL Cool J, though. Nah, I'm good. Thanks, though. Anyway, what's up? Listen, young Tackett, are you watching these fights? Should I tell you what happened? Do you know any of the context of what we're talking about here? Because if you don't, I guarantee you're going to see it highlight after highlight of this flooding your social media for the next probably week or so and beyond. Let's be very clear. But you are going to be overwhelmed with a knockout from one Sanhagen over one Frankie Edgar. And we got to the point where it was so well done, a flying knee, just beautifully orchestrated. All right, let's talk about it. If you guys are watching us, we appreciate you guys. But yes, Shane Shapiro, winner, one of the previous LFAs. Sadly, I'm not watching them. Would love to hear the updates. Oh my God, yeah, Taggett, I don't know what to tell you, Will, man. Like it's hard to watch. Like, let's put it this way. If I see a bad thing happen to, say, like, you, we know that's an element of combat sports where it can happen, but you still don't feel good seeing it. Almost like when you get punched in the face and I'm on the commentary and I say something like, whoa, when you see this, though, with Frankie Edgar, this is one of those bad knockouts where that dude, like, he got slept real bad with a flying knee. And the fight was all of maybe 40 some odd seconds. It was unfortunate for Edgar, but Sanhagen is beast. And looking at that clip, it's phenomenal. So hopefully you'll get the chance to see it. Look for ESPN MMA to put that up. And it's very sad because just, I want to say up until maybe an hour ago, one of the most impressive results of tonight was going to be the fact that you could see Odie Osborne versus Jerome Rivera, and Odie had a beautiful knockout that was 26 seconds. That should have been the knockout of the night. That should have been the best thing that we saw all evening long. And yet this Eminem thing is still going on. So Dana White is in part of the video for Eminem. That's why I guess they brought them together. I'm very confused by this. Why Eminem... Is Eminem going to pull a CM Punk? Because that would be terrible. Anyway, that's the commercial that's happening on right now. But yeah, William, it's fucking like... It spooked everybody. We had people who came in and out. So when we do these shows, we have people who like come in the chat, leave the chat, come back a little bit later. People come in and out during the main event. You name it, dude. This is one where all of us go, oh. So good news is, though, Frankie Edgar was able to stand up to at least hear the decision. I don't think, though, we can say anything more than that factually until he is checked out. I think that they're immediately going to take him to go get looked at a hospital soon. So I hope the best for Frankie. I'm sure all of you guys are too. If you're wondering what's still happening, though, on this Eminem commercial with Dana White, it's apparently a music video overlaid with a bunch of UFC highlights. It's pretty nonsensical. Don't really know why Eminem's doing a commercial with the UFC, but okay, that's where we're at. Whew, but we're about to hit the main event right now. Alistair Overeem showing in the back right now, throwing a few strikes at a camera, which can only mean one thing. Well, it could mean two things. One, you caught him with horse meat and he wants to beat you up. Or two, we could be at a main event, which should be happening after this break. So they're just showing you right now just the snippets of the gents who are backstage. That's what we have. What is up, Keegan Steak and 4? And it says it's a commercial for Just for Men. Dude, listen, dog. Eminem's obviously a legend at what he has done. But I've always wondered what old age looks like for rappers. And, you know, Snoop is kind of effortlessly taken that role of being an old dude. Snoop has taken the effortless ability to be an old guy who raps, because his flow is still exactly the same. But when you have, like, Eminem, whose whole bag is angsty teenage anger, it's like, bro, you're like 50, man. Like, how long are you still going to be doing this? Is there going to be an acoustic rap album that you do? But the rules are being rewritten because, you know, we aren't used to having old rappers. But anyway, that's what we got going on. William, what can you tell me about your BJJ Brain app, sir? While I have people on this and on other forums watching this, I would love to know more about it. I want to go ahead and tell people to go and get the great instruction from the kids out in Texas who are a nice brain trust of people who are putting together techniques and concepts for you guys to watch. Just saying. Because last time we talked, I know that you guys were continuing to build and build and build it, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of it sooner than later. To the rest of you guys, tell me who you guys got. Alistair Overeem or Alexander Volkov? I've been leaning Volkov for a big portion of tonight. I don't know where I stand currently. So I'm willing to be persuaded. It says, right now we are finishing putting up the studio together. That's dope, man. That sounds so amazing. I'm so happy for you kids. I saw you guys were doing like an interview. I think I saw, was it Cody that was doing part of his interview? And I just go, I don't know what the hell they're up to. But nobody does interviews without me. The shit are those kids doing without me? And you say you should have content next week. Okay, awesome. I'm going to keep a lookout for that, man. I know it's going to be good, so I look forward to seeing what you guys are putting out there. And it says not sure when it's dropping yet, though. Well, boo! Sorry, I threw my pen at you. I've been drinking. We will have dates soon. Awesome, man. We'll be keeping an eye on it. It says, Jiu-Jitsu Panda, the Ream via ground and pound. What is up, Lucas St. Jean? Let me see. Get notes here. I'm going to see what the folks watching on our other channels are saying. Yeah, okay. I could see Ream as well. Okay. I can't tell if I need to be contradictory and go Volkov just to go Volkov. it's just so hard to bet against Reem. Because part of Reem's appeal is just he does have that experience. And the grappling, he's used less and less over the years, but it's still there. It's just a matter of if he wants to use it. So they're doing the promo package for him. We're getting people chiming in on both sides. I'm going to give this a quick overshare on the YouTubes. Nope, this one's going over on our Facebook. Join in. So just to tell you guys how this works, if you give us a like and a share on Facebook, we give you a toast on air. Just like we do those fighters who get finishes within regulation. We do this on all of our fight companions. We like to say thank you to the fighters or the jiu-jitsu practitioners who get finishes because it's hard to do. Just saying. So we always create a little bit of a toast, but we also extend that to you guys if you give us a like and a share. That's really it. That's it. That's pretty simple rules, in my opinion. It says, shout out Tackett, love the work I'm seeing on Flow Grappling. Don't talk to him. You don't know him. Look at that, Alex. You scared Tackett away. God damn it. Of course, the Tackett Bros, Cody, all extended family of the Grappling Hour. So, happy to always get a chance to talk to them, even if it's just saying what's up virtually. They're good people. What's up, Duncan? Good to see you back. Join in for the main event. Wabam. All right. Woo! Yeah, some of these highlights look pretty good, though. Let me send one more text because I got to make sure I get my train on in the morning because I am drinking this. And you said, wow, I went to go grab some beer and something really sad happened. Duncan, now I know who to blame. It's because you went to go get beer. It's your fault. All of us. I mean, we're shook. What else are you supposed to do in that moment? There's nothing other to say about that performance other than, ugh, nobody feels good about this. So excuse me, I gotta give this a little recharge here, so I gotta pull that right there. Shouldn't affect you guys too much, might be at a slightly different angle. Let us see. I will tell you guys if it is on MMA, ESPN MMA. You're right, mate. Fucking hell. Dude. Yeah, that highlight's gonna be here forever and ever now. Legit. Jaw drop. Jaw dropping moment. Ugh. And shared. All right. I've heard from some folks. Duncan, who do you have on this one? Volkov making his way into the octagon. Eek! Love this episode. That's awesome. And it says, truly the moment of a vet putting over a contender. Man. You know what I want to do? I want to go back and show Clay Guida that quip and be like, yo, Clay, I know that you were trying to be nice and saying, give me a newcomer. Don't. That's what newcomers do. You don't need that. But you're saying the Reem in terms of tonight. Yes, that as well. Can't count that man out. This is tough, dude. Reem is crafty. One of my friends contends he is the GOAT at that division. The wins are there. It is more so the... Do we count the horse meat? So, I'm just saying. I appreciate the fact that downstairs I hear my neighbor is playing very loud music. So crazy. We training tomorrow. It's always very interesting to hear the song selection because right now it sounds like he is at Tony Braxton. Crazy. All right. Out with Reem. You know, this is the kind of moment where I feel like you got to kind of do what The Undertaker did when he embraced being the old school Undertaker as opposed to the American Badass, which really wasn't my favorite era, but I understand it helped him survive. I feel like this is the moment where if you are Alistair Overeem, you should come out with the orange gi and the oversized hammer. Like, this is when you pull it out, when you're on your last run. It says, horse meat hangs around in the system longer than your average picogram. Goddamn, dude. I think the worst thing that athletes can do at a certain point is to then explain to you why their cheating isn't cheating, because then it does come out where we can say hashtag picogram and we go, yeah, those are wild times. The motherfucker tried to tell us about science and being like, no, you guys, the thing you don't understand about picograms. Thanks, John. All right, here we go. Very last fight of the night. And just to give you a little bit of context, earlier on the show, our pal, Dan Hubler, who has not had a great night, did say, let's be honest here, Overeem could absolutely win this fight. But he is suggesting that you take the action on Volkov at ML negative 185. He is suggesting to you that yes, there have been improvements in Reem's life, especially with the late career renaissance. However, it just feels a little disingenuous. So Volkov is going to need to use a bunch of volume and size around that cage as best he can for an intelligent jab. And I think those are pretty good comments. Again, you're still fighting somebody who's savvy enough to still make mincemeat out of a number of those really, really bad scenarios. So, I don't know. I still kind of... I don't think there's a bad scenario for the way I interpret things here. I don't really care if Volkov wins. There's a part of me that just kind of wants to pull the trigger and go Volkov on this one. Having said that, I don't really care. If Reem wins, I think I'm okay. I think we're all gonna make it, guys, is what I'm saying. So, here we go. Last fight. Woo! Bruce prancing his way on out there. I see a vote here from Michael Ochoa that says Demolition Man. One of the many monikers. Actually, you know, that'd actually be a good character trait too. You should come out with Sandra Bullock on one of these. Be like, the Demolition Man I know came with Sandra Bullock. So, just saying, until you do that, can't really claim it, fam. Anyway, introduction. It says, here's a question. When does Bruce Buffer retire? Didn't we go through this today? I think I was talking about this. I think they were saying they're just going to have him keep going until he can't. Which, who knows when that's going to be. Because come to think of it, I saw Michael Buffer introducing recently. All right. Introductions. Yes, Yan and Sterling happens at UFC 259, which is not next week's. It's the week after, or not the week after, the month after, so it'll be in March. So that's what we got going up. That's funny. All right, kids. Hopefully you are all enjoying things in your area. You are enjoying these fights. You've been enjoying us watching the fights with you. It's a good time to remind you guys, if you like what we do, give us a like and a share. On Facebook, we give you a toast on air. And, hey, did we toast? Yeah, I think we did. And you know what? Yeah. Sorry, when I cover my bases, I just try to make sure, like, oh yeah, we did that. We did that toast. I just had a moment where I was like, you know, even if we didn't toast Corey Sandhagen, I don't think we should. I'm not really feeling it. That's too rough to watch. Let alone retoast him and be like, just to cover our bases, let's toast you. That's so sad. Let's not watch that again. All right, Volkov, Reem coming in, touching gloves. In retrospect, this is a tiny ref for them. I mean, all things considered, you're going to see Herzog have to resort to some Rey Mysterio shit. It says, wow, weirdest pre-glove touch. You got that too. Like, Reem definitely, like, cupped the hands underneath as to be like, I do take thee to be my lawfully wedded bro. Like, that's what it looked like. First kick by Volkov. And it does look like you will see a little bit of movement by him pressing forward on the Reem. God, that Ivan Ooze tattoo is still so terrible. You know, it's more from just being Ivan Ooze to being, I think, the main villain of the Justice League movie. Like, just without the CGI that, like, gets fixed in the Snyder cut. God, what they call him? Ares? Is that Wonder Woman? God, I even forget what the fuck that movie is. I've tried to delete so much of the Justice League movie from my brain. Good kick. 350 on my marker. You're seeing Volkov very, very cautiously approach. Reem is keeping himself kind of open here, which is very strange to me. Reem ducks under, hits him, connects with an overhand right. It's just fucking hell. Volkov is always very bigger than I think. Absolutely, man. Volkov's got that, like, NBA height. I always feel like whenever you see people in their formative years, the height dictates what sport that they're mostly going to play. They'll be like, you're tall. Basketball, you go. Don't know how it works in other countries, but here in the United States, they're like, Brown, better be playing soccer, or we're sending you back. I do think it's interesting that Volkov essentially swatted one Reem away. Reem tries for a little bit of a takedown, does not get it. It says ex-Soviet DNA in full effect, absolutely. It says Overeem is having some success with the overhand left. I agree with that. Yeah, this is interesting to see Reem have to read a very different reach for him. Because, like, Reem is not a short dude. But seeing him almost kind of, like, do that thing where you eyeball the measurement of, like, a house improvement where you're like, it looks like about 15 inches right there. Yep. Oh, that table? Yeah, I think you could put that on a 4x4. Yeah, get that out like that. That's what that is. $150 on my clock. Nothing too crazy happening in this first round. Woo! Volkov. Oh no. Reem is trying to get back up. He is pieced up a little bit of Reem, and he does find his way back on up. Volkov with 130 left to go in this round. Reem is essentially getting out of that range, but there is still time in this 5 rounds of fights that you're going to see. I think Volkov, if he really wanted to, he could have pressed forward there a little bit more, but I think he's content just chilling. It is also very strange to see the rankings for both of these gents. Wow. Volkov brings in a knee. I can't tell if that made Reem's nose worse or better. Hard to really get a sense. Yeah, Reem is really reaching with some of these. Nice. Kicks at the leg there. Volkov, I mean, the good variation of the straight to the body and the kicks here have been pretty good for Volkov. Just 30 seconds left to go in this first round, and Volkov has walked down Reem. I don't want to say that Reem is scared of him, but if he has an answer for him, he's not showing it right now. Hands are up, clasped. He's just absorbing a bunch of the strikes. Nothing really super connected, though, but enough where, at least in some of that exchange, you'd see Reem probably fire something back off. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Round the first, easily, Volkov. I have a note here that says, is it just me, or is the low calf kick not used at heavyweight? Don't know. Good question. Neil Jarouche, I'll come back to your other note here in a second. It says, I think I need to clear this up. Sean Shelby has been trying to get me a top 5 or 10 for a while, but it takes 2 people to make a fight. I'm tired of being considered high risk and low reward. And that's Neil Jarouche that just tweeted that out. That motherfucker literally had to put out his own press statement here. What's up, Kyle Flieger? Considering how prevalent it is at middleweight and down. So what I would say to you is this. I don't have experience knowing how big boys take to their legs. Because sometimes they might be like, yo, you can try and chop down these legs. But, like, I've been tall my whole life. And these calves are fucking fat. So, like, whatever. Don't know. That's a good question. I would have to put my crack research team to that one. I don't like how timid Reem looks in this right now. And it says in 2013 it'll be there. LL evolution, you know? Yeah, maybe. So, are you guys seeing something, like anything drastically different than I do, which is Reem is not firing shots, he is covering up and backpedaling. How do I know this strategy? Because it's mine. If I were boxing, that would be me. Though as most people would tell you, I'm a counter grappler. Being a counter boxer requires a lot of skill and, you know, some really good speed. For a split second here, though, it says Reem looks weirdly overwhelmed. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it looks strange. He is putting all of his eggs into this duck and try to get the left hand to connect. And there is some, I guess, strategy in trying to offset some of the range, but it does not look like the same guy that we are used to seeing. And yes, he is already bloodied up, and maybe he took a couple of these hits and he is not feeling it, especially those last two, right on the chin. Yeah, he's not good. I think we're probably going to get a stoppage. Yeah, well, again, these aren't landing. Those were right on the hands more than anything. But I think the shots that Reem has taken to the face, I think you were seeing Volkov saying, like, yeah, I can end this. Now we're at a Reem who's saying, I hope that wasn't part of the strategy, was to just let him kind of rope-a-dope you into being able to take him down. That seems like a very faulty strategy considering where the face is at. I think this is more of a bad reaction to it. And it says, duck overhand left is what Reem wants. Yeah. We're done here. Well, ooh, man. All right. This is a good time to talk about Volkov's power. If you really take, like, the whole time that we just saw this fight go into effect, that was essentially, and let's be real, that whole fight took place in about, let's say, 6.5 minutes, right? 6.5 minutes worth of fight. Now look at Overeem's face and realize the power in Volkov's hands did that in 6.5 minutes. So as we look at this knockout, yeah, dude, that was a saved life element right there. Looking at how the moment you see Reem get hit, start to go down, he does this thing where he like waves it off like, I'm not, nope, I don't want it anymore. So there was the talk for Reem in terms of making that last run, knowing it would be his last championship run. It would seem like that train is going to stop here. I do wonder if he considers calling it quits. For a guy who's fought in 4 different decades, look it up, it's a real thing. Very tail end of the 90s, beginning of the aughts, the 10s, and a fight win in the 20s. He has fight wins in each of those decades. That's strange. What's up, Anders? 30 years of getting punched gets old. Absolutely, bro. Ben Folks just said that's a good stoppage by Jason Herzog. Can't agree more. That is... Man. Oof. Jason Herzog, he didn't just come for a stoppage on that one. Jason Herzog saved lives. And it said the cut man did a terrible job with Overeem. From Michael Ochoa from earlier. Yeah, I mean, but what else are you going to do? I think you kind of know at this point. It's not looking good for him. Rough to watch. That was rough to watch. Frankie Edgar may be impossible to watch with any true satisfaction. So, there is that. But yeah, Volkov, look at this. Ooh, look at that. Okay, Kenny Bolt, I see you. Kenny Bolt handed off the camera to somebody else to take the selfie. You know why? Because Kenny Bolt is not as tall and said trying to get a selfie with a dude who's like that tall is not going to work. Hello, friend. Please do that for me. And it said, despite the I felt the tap, I feel Reem has always taken loss as well. Sure. I felt the tap is still so good. You know what it is to be honest, I would say that as well with some of my friends. I'd be like, yo, last time I was grappling this person, I felt the tap. Let me see this punch again. Yeah. Fuck, dude. You ever hit somebody so hard they thought they could parry a punch after 10 seconds after getting punched there while turning their back and falling to the ground? Like, no. Korean Zombie, aka Dan Hubler, chiming in and saying, we're on the fucking board, baby. Absolutely. You take your victory lap, sir. That one felt oof. It says, as a shitty blue belt, I know the feeling. Yo. Volkov getting hype is my favorite thing in the world. Hey, Volkov, how do you feel? I feel it is my time. And I'm very happy. Is that something you prepare for into the fight? Yeah, sure, okay. Whatever you say. I feel, I feel good. And Volkov is saying he could see the cuts on his face where he could also see, like, hey, I have no cuts. And DC is saying, we're pretty impressed with you, bro. Oh, God. This Isn't My Final Form is also epically amazing in broken English. So you mean to say this isn't your final form? Can you give us an example of how to say that? I'm in shape, not finished, soon. Might be complete version of self a person think I am could be. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't need to listen anymore. I know exactly what he's saying at this point. Here's how we're going to end this. I'm going to give a toast to Alexander Volkov. Bro, I don't know what to tell you other than you made Alistair Overeem highly scared of you at the very beginning of that fight. You dominated it. You were amazing. The strikes looked superb. I'm excited for what's next for you, dude. Cheers to you, Alexander Volkov. Please don't ever hit anybody like that. Again, as I said on this show, I've never seen anybody knock somebody out in a way that made them turn away and try to swipe it away like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. So, cheers to you. Thank you very much for a great knockout and a great way to close today's show. Wabam. Woo! Wow, that's incredible. All right. Let's close this bitch up. My name is Rafa Esparza. You have been watching along with me these amazing UFC Vegas 18 fights. It's been a blast. I feel like we learned a lot tonight. And by a lot, I mean, we saw some fights. And some of them were very sad, especially towards the end. But as a whole, I feel glad that I was able to watch it along with you guys. Duncan Stewart says, thanks for the fight companionship, mate. I'm a shotgun this White Claw for you, Raf. Nothing says that's our demo like I'm a shotgun this White Claw for you, Raf. Thank you for basic bitching your way through it. Much love for you, Duncan. Love you, love you, love you. Anyway, here's what you can do to support us. First, follow us at any of these right here. We're talking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Give us a follow at Grappling Hour on all of those and at Verbal Tapcast. It means the world to us. And if you would be so kind, give us a review on the Apple Podcast one here. We prefer if it's 5 stars. We love it. It makes such a difference. We get seen and heard by so many more people, and it is so dope to get that feedback from you guys. I cannot stress it enough. It's amazing. Look out for our interview this week with Shane Shapiro. Also, be sure to keep an eye out for us doing another installment of Over Under Kevin, because next week is a UFC pay-per-view, and then later this week we may have another interview. We're still kind of working the details out on those things. My name is Rafa Esparza. It has been a pleasure to join you guys tonight. As always, we look forward to seeing you guys. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. Eventually.